What up, everybody? This is Double G for the Fight Game Podcast. Bringing back a terrible twosome. Big D, Draven, the K-Fabulous Lucha Brothers. What's up, guys?
Well, no, from now on, our new tag team name is Lean and Cuisine, bro. That's going to be our new tag name, all right? So
Who's Lean?
Not me.
Not me.
Oh, well, never mind. That kills it.
Right now, brother. I thought we were gonna be the fun athletic guys from now on, bro.
That's right, we are the fun.
You already popped him, and we're like 10 seconds in.
This is not Dave Meltzer and Double G, bro. This is a different kind of show right now.
You're gonna piss off.
Well, we might disparage more women than he did. So
okay, no, but you guys don't get as. Did you see how much heat he's getting for that show that I did with him, the free one?
Why would he be getting heat for the show you did?
The show that I did with him, the Wrestling Observer Radio from last weekend.
What was wrong with that show?
So he tells the story of how Mike Johnson, your boy, Scoops Johnson.
Oh yeah, oh that's right, the PW Insider story. Yeah,
right. And so all the Russo apologists, which you were one at one time, just going at
15 years ago, bro. But okay.
Going at Dave like crazy because Dave said that he knew that Spike didn't want Vince Russo to be on the show or being related to TNA at all, and Dixie brought Russo back, and Russo outed himself when he was supposed to be a secret, and Russo's denying all of this, and he did like a video, I guess, about the whole thing. So all the Russo apologists are going nuts right now about that story.
Now, at least you didn't get any shit, bro.
He only got it from us, not from anybody else. So that was
and that's fucked up, considering that he's a huge fan of the Giants, just like you are, bro. That's a shame, man.
I already told you he's a fake fan. He doesn't count.
He's not. He's got a bunch of San Francisco Giants freaking merch. He's probably more of a fan than you.
Come on, man. Just bury the hatchet and go with him to a game.
Well, I hate all Giants fans, though. Fuck all of them in my book.
Well, I hate all baseball fans, bro. So we go a step further.
It goes full circle. Now, I gotta say this. This is a new era for the KLB group, because we're no longer gonna disparage fat women, and it's gonna be easy tonight because Nia Jax wasn't booked on the show, of course. We're not gonna disparage any alternative lifestyles. Because Finn Balor didn't come out in his regular getup, so that's a good thing. And we're gonna be more respectful. So yeah, there you go.
Well, don't say we. You mean you, bro. I'm clean as a whistle, bro. Now, what I'm not gonna be respectful to is the booking of this show. All right, this show was not terrible. One thing about this show, SummerSlam 2018, is that it was not boring, and I felt like the last show was boring. This show did not drag at all. But there was some interesting booking decisions that were made. Basically, if you like disqualifications and if you like squash matches, if you like 1999 Raw, you'll love this show.
Wait, by the way, did you when he said did not drag at all, I thought we were already getting the first Dragon Balls reference, but it was just drag at all.
We missed the ball part, yeah.
So like I told you guys earlier, it's very obvious to me from the SmackDown portion that our boy, the Road Dogg, has gained a lot of influence. Because one thing, this guy, you saw a lot of Southern wrestling kind of finishes here tonight, where they got to come back the next week and draw money. So you saw a lot of disqualifications. You saw the heels fucking using international objects, kinds of shit, bro. And it was like, I started to catch on. I think it was during the Bludgeon Brothers match. I was like, this is fucking the Road Dogg's influence, right? And then sure enough, every SmackDown match had a finish reminiscent of the Southern style. And I was like, oh shit. I mean, it could get annoying because you're not going to come back to the next town the next week, so you shouldn't be doing that shit. But I'd rather have traditional booking than fucking Vince Russo bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I was okay with it.
Well, my thing was
except for the main event.
Yeah, that's exactly. Thank you. Okay, I was just going to say this. I'm going to add to what you just said. It's okay that this show's not a blow-off show. Now, they did promote it like it was a blow-off show, but it's okay. You don't have to blow off all the fuse because they still have a lot of stuff coming up. They still have Hell in a Cell. Then they have the women's show, Dave Meltzer's favorite show, Explosion, or whatever it's called, Evolution, whatever, in October.
Wasn't that one of the Dragon's Balls movies? Evolution? Or Revolution? Or something with Volution?
No.
What was the last one called?
Oh yeah, Dragon Ball Evolution. Yeah, no, that's not a Dragon Ball movie, bro. Don't bring that up around us, bro.
Sorry, bro. I'm sorry, jeez.
No, come on now. But okay, I was like,
Hey,
wait a minute.
Was that the one with Chris Klein? Wasn't it with Chris Klein, bro?
No, but that had the Alpha Chow Yun Fat in it, who we pop for, and another Alpha, Ernie Hudson, bro.
Who played Joku, bro? Who played Joku in fucking in the Dragon Ball's Evolution?
The guy who owns Ring of Honor. So. Okay,
I like how Big D when it comes to Dragon's Ball, we don't have to fuck around, bro. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's okay. Okay, what I'm trying to say is this. Just to add to what you're saying. I feel like you can have a show that has like, unfinished, issues. You can keep the feuds going, but at the very least, if you have a main event that is being built on the coronation of a guy beating a dude who's had the championship for a year and a half, and they have promoted this as being a big match, the ending was probably the flattest ending I've ever seen for a title match, in my opinion. It was, and I'm going to get into why as we go through the card. It's going to be up to Double G because he's kind of the master of ceremonies here, but I'll explain what I mean. But this, I fully believe now that Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar are going to go down as one of the worst feuds in WWE history, worst championship feuds in WWE history, because what an anticlimactic finish to this show, bro. Like this, if this is the last time we see Lesnar for a long time, it was very anticlimactic. Now, again, some people are going to say, well, I hate Lesnar. I'm glad he's gone. That's fine. But I'm not talking about not being respectful to Lesnar. I'm talking about not being respectful to that belt. Because that belt that Roman Reigns is supposed to carry, that we're supposed to care about as an audience, means dick hairs right now because of the way they booked this fucking show, bro. Or this main event match.
Yeah,
Okay.
as far as trying to tell a story, it wasn't a good story to be told. It had nothing to do with Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns. It was just, I think they were so scared. They were so scared that we're gonna get a WrestleMania 20. They were gonna turn on this match, kind of like they did with Goldberg and Lesnar. That they were just so overprotective, and they just wanted to kind of get out of there. They brought out Braun Strowman for the distraction, so people could have something to look forward to, which was a complete bait and switch, by the way.
Yes.
And
there was a few of those in this entire match, by the way, a few bait and switches.
And so I just think it came down to paranoia on their part, just trying to get out of this match and change the title. And if we're not going to see Brock Lesnar for a long time, they built a match between Strowman and Lesnar that we might never even get a blow-off for. I mean, I hope we do, and I don't want to talk out of turn because I don't know what they're going to do. But if they don't, then what the hell was that all about? So
Well,
that bothered me too.
And not just that. Even though Lesnar's leaving, you never want to do something like this, not for Lesnar, but for Reigns. If you want to get Reigns over, which I don't know if it's going to work, it's probably not going to work, because if you notice, when he won, they cut away from that pay-per-view quick, bro, because I think I knew it was coming. That's in New York, brother. Like, I feel like they brought out Strowman, like you said, purely so the crowd could have something to look forward to. And then once they decided to screw you out of the Strowman, bonus match, which is what we thought we were going to get, it was like they knew they were going to get shat on, and that's why they changed their minds. Which, to me, I would have just gone ahead and gone with the damn Strowman match and had Strowman win and send the fans home happy. But they didn't do that. And the problem is, again, I don't want to talk out of turn yet, because I'm not the master of ceremonies on this show, even though it's going to go up on World of Geekdom. But I do want to say that this was one of the most underwhelming title wins of Roman Reigns' career. How does it make sense that this man hit fucking Brock Lesnar with 6 spears at WrestleMania and he couldn't get the job done? One spear. One pussy-looking spear. Now, I promised you, Double G, on Twitter, that I was going to lay out 15 better finishes than this, off the top of my head. If they would have had him hit him with 3 spears, I would have been fine with it. If they would have had him hit the chair with the spear, I would have been fine with it. If they would have had Strowman hit Lesnar back with his move and then he goes into a spear, I would have been fine with it. The fact that it was a distraction finish, he turns around and gets a soft spear. He didn't even go to the other side of the ring like with Taker. He didn't even do the double rope, the double Irish whip move, the double spear. One spear. A year and a half. They were building up this dude's championship. And now he's going to go fight Daniel Cormier, the paper champion. And that's great for UFC. That's great for Lesnar, and if Lesnar wins, it'll be great for WWE. But I don't care if you hate Brock Lesnar. I don't care how you feel about him. It's about that championship. They promoted this guy as being this guy who could not be beat. Roman couldn't get the job done. Lesnar was too unstoppable. He's won every opponent he's faced, and he goes down to one spear. Fuck this company for that, bro. Most anticlimactic finish in the history of the fucking company, bro. And I'm not kidding when I say that.
Brock Lesnar should have kicked out at 3, bro. He should have done the old Carney way, bro, where you kicked out at
Hulk Hogan WrestleMania 6, and then handed him the belt crying. I'm sorry, but you can't defend that. Okay. The match starts out with fucking Roman getting the cheap shot. I love that because if you're going up against a guy bigger than you, and by the way, let me just say, Brock Lesnar was not very big. We gotta talk about that one here in a minute, bro. I have never seen that man be that small, including against Mark Hunt. Anyway, when you start the match, when you're fighting a bully, you go at him hard. If you've ever been in a street fight, you don't wait. You go at him. So Roman goes at him, Superman punch, spear. I'm like, okay, fine. The crowd didn't care. Fine. Almost pinned him, but then Lesnar gets that guillotine. Okay, I love it. Okay, great. That's fine. After that, Lesnar was in control of the match. He was fine. So when you have this guy who is unbeatable, who has not been beaten for actually not even a year and a half, almost 2 years. The last time he lost was to Bill Goldberg, a 50-year-old man. When you have a monster and the way you beat him is with one spear, when you have trained your audience that one finishing move doesn't beat anybody, it's bad booking. It disparages Lesnar, Reigns, and the belt. There's no argument on that.
All right, Double G, what do you guys say?
I feel like we just buried the lead for like 20 minutes. We didn't even tell these people what we were going to talk about tonight.
SummerSlam 2018. It's in the damn title.
This is the real Summer Sham, bro. Right here.
Yeah, Summer Sham.
Where's Chris Irvine to fucking set this shit straight? He's kissing other women while being married, bro.
Oh, man.
That's what he's doing right now.
What's the story with that, bro? Instagram.
Well, he doesn't care.
That's not very Christian of him.
Mm.
No, it's not. But Jericho's in a world of his own, bro. He's been in there for years and years already.
The guy's a rock star. Okay.
Yeah.
Quickly. A couple of things I wanted to get out of the way in the intro, which I didn't have a chance to do because you were so passionate. And I'll we can jump back to the ring to the
bro.
We'll jump back because there's some things that we both said coming out of WrestleMania that now is a little bit of a different take. But okay, quickly. So you are on the East Coast. It is very late. I appreciate you staying up to do this. Draven and I usually are both in California when we record. I'm actually in Oregon on a business trip, so hopefully this podcast sounds okay. I'm using a little bit different of a setup, but yeah. So my experience of watching tonight's show is a little bit different from how I usually watch this stuff. Watching it like good old JR on my iPad, while instead of watching it with a bunch of friends or whatever. So I'm kind of coming into this show, with just my own thoughts versus, discussing it with people all over, before we usually record. And so I will say this. I have your thoughts about whether it should be 3 spears or 1 spear or whatever. That's fine. Like, I don't disagree with you about that. The part that I have an issue with most of the fan base is they don't like the fact that the show ended the way that it did. And my question was, well, what did you really expect to happen? Because
I just want to say, Draven said earlier, you when you bait and switch, look, the show had a lot of fuck finishes, and again, that's fine, but you just can't constantly do these bait and switches. And the crowd, it's very much manipulation. The crowd popped when Strowman came out like a superstar. They thought they were going to get a bonus match, and they didn't. If I had gone to that building, if I was the Ecuadorian and I had gone to that building, I would be pissed, bro. I would be pissed. And I feel bad for him. He's been to a lot of shit shows. I mean, he has.
Who's
I
the
have
Ecuadorian?
too. I mean, it's front of me and Draven's.
It's Mark Espinosa, bro. Mark the Mark.
Oh, yeah.
He was
I can't
there
believe
live.
he gave away his real name on here, bro.
He doesn't care, bro. Let me. Our boy Chris Contreras, he chimed in over on our KLB fan page. He said, "Thought this was a pretty goddamn good SummerSlam. Of course, not as good as Omega versus Baba at the Data Dome in Pingyangkan, South China, but a pretty solid show, and I was in order at gunpoint to attend." So that was our boy Chris Contreras, who was
one of my favorites, bro. He sent me a DM. He sent me a DM last time I talked to him. He goes, "I love The Last Jedi. It was a perfect movie." And I did.
That in itself pops me, bro.
And I didn't respond back. And then like 2 days later, he's like, "No, I was just kidding, bro."
He worked you, brother.
Let's just call him the Bubbles Boy. And if you heard the show on KLB that he was on, you know what that means.
We're gonna be hearing it for. Well, I don't want to say nothing, bro. I was to say we might hear it more often, but
the man upstairs, bro.
Okay. So, are you guys gonna find a way to put the old KLB shows up?
I'll figure something out.
So
do you even have them all?
Yeah, he got them with our boy Louis O. Props to him because he's a huge listener and a huge fan, and he had them all.
Every show I've ever done in my entire career, bro.
That's
so
awesome.
One other thing I wanted to say real fast is that I wanted to thank everybody that went on the, I guess you could say, the chat over on the KLB fan page. We had 350 I guess comments. I don't know this shit, bro. I don't know how you call this.
It's like 630 or something like that.
Who the hell were you? I wasn't watching live, so I wasn't about to go on there, bro, because I didn't want to get shit spoiled. But I guess like you held the fort and R. Kelly held the fort. So, thanks everybody that
R. Kelly, the guy who pissed on children.
and of course, Big D still suspended. Do you know what your last suspension is? Somebody went into your old archives, Big D, and they saw that you called a particular person from Campbell, California, a Jew in every single episode of KLB. So you've been suspended once again for that reason.
Well, if that's the case, you should be suspended for longer than me.
Yeah, but I run the place, bro, so I'm not gonna get suspended.
Oh, okay. So you're like Hunter then, bro. You don't get tested. I got
That's right. Exactly. And I'm like Conor McGregor. I could go throw dollies in a fucking van and not get shit for it.
You and your friends can go beat up some fighter in the middle of the streets and you'll be all right.
But the fucking what is it? The Irish
above
mob,
the law, like Steven Seagal, bro.
The Irish mob doesn't want to kill me though. Like they want to kill him.
Well, not yet.
Well, they do want to kill.
Maybe El Chapo might want to get after you, bro.
They've told us so on the newsletter. They were after him for a while.
Right. Well, yeah. I hope it doesn't end up like freaking Dino Bravo, bro. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Oh, nah, bro.
What's the? How do I do a disclaimer?
About what?
Like the opinions of D and Draven are not of my own. Like, how do I do that?
I think they figured that out by now, bro.
I haven't said anything that wasn't true, bro.
That's true. The Irish Mafia is a story that was.
I read that on the Observer. They're after him because he went into a bar and punched out some little dude, and that little dude had struck the Irish mob. That's exactly what I read from the Observer.
Yep.
I just better not get in trouble with this podcast. That's all I gotta say.
The Irish mob is not gonna come after you. I don't think. But I just wanted to say that, after to wrap up that conversation, after a year and a half buildup of this guy's Universal Champion, him being so big and him having this great feud with Roman Reigns, this was an actual terrible match. They said that the WrestleMania match was terrible. This was terrible. This was
I actually like this match better.
No, that's a wrong opinion. And just again, you're just a contrarian, bro. How could you possibly like this better? One spear, bro.
The heat was way better.
That's because they screwed.
Okay.
That's not fair.
Now, can you tell me why do you think they did that?
Because they needed a distraction from the actual match because they didn't want to have a WrestleMania 20 moment again.
Very much so. But why would they have to do that? The answer is because the fans have been so vocal that they don't feel that they can manipulate their fans anymore. So what did they do? They outsmarted their fan base for once, and I'm going to give them credit for that. Like they set their fan base up to believe one thing was going to happen so that they could keep the heat up for that match. And then it did, and then like this is what wrestling used to be, right? Like you used to set your fans up, but now you have a fan base that is so vocal about things because they're, I don't know what I was reading Sean Waltman today.
Give the fan base maybe they should give the fan base what they want.
The fan base will not be happy no matter what. They will not.
They would have. I guarantee you, they would have been happy if they had Strowman come out there and actually wrestle that match.
No, they would have been happy. They just don't want Roman Reigns as the guy.
Okay.
And that is a perfectly acceptable thing not to want in a company that you follow. You as a fan have that right. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like
absolutely. But what would they have done if Lesnar won?
Nah, who said Lesnar? Dude, I just told you. You had Strowman out there. They could have just had Roman beat Lesnar and then had Strowman beat Roman and then end the show out nice or made it a three-way. There's a million things they could have done.
But I told you.
There's a million things they could have done to have Lesnar leave anyway.
That's not on the table. You're creating.
That's why the fans shit on them, because it's not on the fucking table. Because it has to be Roman. 3 goddamn years of this fucking guy. No, and it's not working. Well, to the point where they hurt Lesnar. Now they really hurt all three of them after this.
No, they turned Lesnar for Roman to try to get Roman liked. But no, here's the thing. You can't burn.
Give a fuck.
You can't burn through your number one contender and possibly your number one babyface on this show. Like, it would just be stupid because you're setting up Roman to win this match for, like you said, the last 3 years. And then he's going to win, and then you burn that match.
He's going to win with one spear, and you're going to cut away.
But you know what? This match towards the end also didn't have any fire intensity. Even if you were going to give it to Roman, fine. That's fine. You don't want to budge from this whole idea that everything's set in stone. That's fine. I'll give it to you. But at the very least, come up with a better ending. And like Dee said, it doesn't take... There's a lot of people back there that are 10 times smarter than us, this business, including Purely Sexy and the Road Dogg. And they could have done a better job with the intensity of that finish. That's all. Even that would have helped out a little bit.
It was a fucking lame spear. It looked like he fucking barely touched him, and it was a 3. Are you fucking kidding me?
Bro, like, Lesnar should have done that gimmick that Kurt Angle used to do, where he hits the chair and then it ricochets off the top rope and hits him in the head, bro.
Thank you, bro. Or he could have been selling his stomach. Oh, the diverticulitis is back. Will he ever fight? There's a million. There's literally a million things they could have done better. He beats up Strowman. Strowman gets no offense back. They're building up a feud that we may never even get. Then he gets back in the ring. For Lesnar, throws the Money in the Bank against the fucking stage, which was awesome. Gets back in the ring, spear 1, 2, 3. What the fuck?
I think
you're defending that.
Let me mediate here. I think Double G's thinking that the result of the actual matches was affecting us. I think it's more the fundamentals. The fundamentals of how they got there is what's bothering me. It's not so much the result.
No, I actually agreed with Danny, but in the midst of his screing, he's not really listening to what I'm saying. I agree that the finish was anti. No, I know you're not mad at me. I agree that it's anticlimactic, but my feedback is, I don't mind them at all swerving or whatever they did to the fans, because the fans deserve it, because they're the reason why they had to do it. Like, they're trying to...
Oh, those fans paid top dollar to go to that fucking show.
That's
homie.
fine. That's fine. And guess what? They're gonna pay top dollar to go again, and then they're gonna pay top dollar to go again and go again and go again. Like, that's not the problem.
Download numbers don't say that.
You know who this guy sounds like right now? He sounds like Ryan Johnson, bro. That's exactly who he sounds like. You know, we have to swerve.
You know what? I'm not going to disrespect him that bad, bro.
We got to swerve up. We gotta swerve them. We gotta. Why should it be a game of can you top this or why? There's ways. And WG, you said right now, this is how it was in the old school. In the old school, it wasn't like this. In the old school, the promoters knew how to read their audience ahead of time. They knew how to book the top babyface. It wasn't about this ain't working. Let me go ahead and swerve everybody to make it work. I'm sure there was like one or two examples I'm not gonna say there wasn't any examples, but the most successful territories, they knew what the fans wanted, and it was the synergy of what the fans wanted and what the promoters wanted to give them. It wasn't so lopsided like it's become now, where it's like, no, we gotta push this fucking guy. It's a game of egos now. Like Vince McMahon doesn't want to give up on Roman Reigns, and he's not the guy. He's not the guy. He's never gonna be the guy. And they're so goddamn stubborn, and they're lucky they're in the situation they're in right now with this whole television thing, because if this was 10, 15, 20 years ago, this really would have been hurting them right now, you know? And you know, you keep on saying that, fans are gonna come back. Read the metrics except television, and you tell me if they're coming back. They're not coming back.
They're not. And look what happened. People, the same fucking shit happened with Star Wars. Star Wars made all this money. Last Jedi made all this fucking money.
Hold on. I'm trying to look at the time of this show. I'm trying to figure the time of this show. Okay, 25 minutes and 30 seconds, and then we hit the first Star Wars. Okay, go.
Okay, great. I don't care.
but I set him up for that one, bro. And it worked perfect.
Damage that has been done to that franchise, because we're not going to give the fans what they want. We're going to do swerve. Oh, Luke Skywalker can't fight. He's the benevolent Jedi. Fuck you. And fuck WWE for this shit. Really, like, okay, think about this. They swerved the fans at WrestleMania, the biggest show of the year that I paid several $1,000s to go to. They didn't give me the Roman Reigns victory. They gave me Brock winning.
What a flex that was.
After fucking No. Let me show you a flex. A flex is that I spent thousands of dollars and I hung out with NFL fucking ring-wearing motherfuckers. That's a flex, bro. I was 5 rows away from Wale and the guy who Ronda Rousey kissed tonight, bro. That's a flex, all right?
Well, so was I, to be fair, but that was another.
That was a different night, though. Double G almost freestyle battled Wale at one point. But he was too busy putting over Mr. Saint Laurent for wearing Nikes.
No, I was too busy talking to the Bachelor, Kenny King. That's what I was busy talking to.
Get me started on that guy. As long as it wasn't Mike Bachelor. Anyways, what I'm trying to make is they swerved the people at Mania. Okay, that was cool. Like, some people didn't like it, whatever. And tonight they gave you the finish, but it wasn't like, it's not that Roman was always supposed to win tonight. Great, fine. I don't have a problem with that. But it was so underwhelming and anticlimactic. Like, why couldn't it have been like, and you know what I'm talking about, every great wrestling match, whether it be from New Japan to fucking WWF to WCW, you've got that moment where you know what's going to happen. You build up, and boom, you do it 1, 2, 3. Every great match, whether it be freaking any WrestleMania main event that's good, they all have that. It was one spear, dude. When you have trained your audience for the past, I don't know how fucking long, that you can't kick out of one. You can't lose to one finisher. You can't. So at WrestleMania, there's 18 F5s, 37 spears, and then finally Brock wins. Here, bro, Strowman didn't even get a single move on him. Brock was fine. He was healthy. His life bar was all the way at the top. Think about it like a life bar. One spear from Roman Reigns, and that's it? Are you nuts? Are you serious? I'm telling you, if I was in New York, I wouldn't want to go back to WWE ever again unless it was a WrestleMania. That's it.
Unless. So basically, next year's WrestleMania.
Listen, only a Sith deals in absolutions, bro, okay? You see what I'm saying? I'm sure as shit not going to that house show with Mean Mark Calloway headlining against fucking Rusev or whatever. I'm not going to that, or Kevin Owens, another guy who got squashed.
Okay, as you know, I'm not one to praise WWE because I think a lot of their booking is not good. And I'm not even praising them. What I'm saying is that they obviously booked themselves into a corner on this whole angle and have for the last year, and they had to manipulate their audience to make sure that Roman didn't get booed out of the building, and Brock too, because they screwed both of these guys over the years. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm fine with your argument that He needed an extra spear. Yeah, fine. I don't have any problem with that.
Or something. Anything.
Okay.
A low blow like Nakamura,
Sure.
like Lazy Mura. Something.
Sure.
Give me something. Give me something to where I am suspending my disbelief and I am believing that Joey Annoying is actually about to beat this man. Give me some kind of suspension of disbelief where I believe that he's about to legitimately defeat this man who has not lost for a year and a half. And you give me one fucking spear.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Fuck poor Purely Sexy Hayes for not saying something. Or
Brother.
Tommy Dreamer or the Belfast Bruiser or whoever the hell.
Who's mad at Dave, by the way? Don't fuck with the Belfast Bruiser, bro. He's mad at Dave right now.
Yeah, talk about the Irish Mafia. He might be the Irish Mafia.
Okay. I agree. All I'm saying is they had to do what they had to do. So it could look like he wasn't booed. And I'm fine with that because the reason they have to do it is because there's now this very vocal fan base. They booked themselves into a corner. I actually liked the creativity of them turning it around a little bit. I have no problem with that.
Here's a problem. I'm going to hit you with another counterpoint. Why do they care so much about not showing this guy getting booed if he gets booed every week anyways? He's been getting
Vince,
booed
man.
for 3 fucking years. That's what I'm saying. There's no logic here. Yeah, that's Vince. That means that means you tap out. Because that's it. There's no argument here. Why would they care about this guy getting booed if he's getting booed anyways?
What am I tapping out to? You and I are not disagreeing.
Okay, I'm just saying. Let me finish. I'm saying that, look, Roman's going to get booed tomorrow. He's going to get booed next week. He's going to get, almost every week he's going to get booed. Lesnar's not there to be the villain anymore, homie. He's not going to be he's going to the UFC. He's gone now. He's gone. We think he's gone. He's not there to be your foil. Do you really think they're going to boo Strowman over Roman? Roman's the biggest heel in the company. He's going to get booed for the rest of the year and then some. It's done. It's over. So why do they care about that? Just have a good fucking finish and have the title win mean something. Then at least the fans will care about the title. You don't have to care about Roman, but at least care about the title.
And they don't even have any heels ready for Roman, bro. That's another thing. That's another problem they got to deal with. Who are they going to feed on first? Elias, who's fucking broke his guitar?
Well, you know who Roman's booked next with?
Bobby Lindsay?
Kevin Owens.
Come on, bro.
That's who he's booked next with on, unless they change plans.
That's good booking, and that's good. That's horrible booking. That's Strike Force booking.
2,000 average at the house shows after you just told me that right now, bro. There is no way they're gonna go above 2,000 paid at the house shows after you just told me that. I wouldn't take nobody to see Kevin Owens versus fucking Joey Annoying at the fucking house show in Lafayette, Louisiana, bro. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna Elias,
if you're in Lafayette, you can probably get a good show out of Ricky, Robert, and Tommy Rich.
But not Elijah Burke, bro. I had to bounce after that.
That's right.
30 minutes of Elijah Burke broke me, and I took off that day.
That was a horrible match, but yeah.
But so no, this wasn't a good. My only beef with that match is that A, it wasn't that good. It was short, and B, they didn't have a good finish. That's my only beef with it. I don't care that Roman Reigns is the champ. That's what they want. That's fine.
Exactly.
I don't care. I just wish that the match layout was a little different than it was. That's all. That's my only thing.
My beef is this: if you're going to put over a guy as being the champion for a year and a half, and he make him this big monster, this outsider, this scary outsider, and you want to have Roman as the conquering babyface, regardless of whether or not the fans cheer or boo him, is irrelevant. Let's keep the storytelling intact. When a writer writes a book, he doesn't necessarily know how the audience is going to react to it. He can figure it out, but he doesn't know. So just keep the storytelling accurate and realistic enough within the confines of that universe. And within the confines of that universe, fucking Brock Lesnar has kicked out of everything, but one spear took him out. Fuck it. Fuck that shit.
Listen,
it's
both of you guys run businesses. You have to. They'll teach you this the first day of fucking business school. The customer is always right. Now you have control of your content, but you have to give them something, bro. You have to. If people don't want Roman Reigns, you can't force it down. And they've been trying it for 3.5 years, and yet there it is again. And it's like you can't do it. You can't force it. And he's not over. He has no opponents. And now the new narrative is, well, they boo me. They're doing the whole boo me or cheer me. I'm over because I get a reaction. That's bullshit, dude. That's what Roman goes around saying to all these press. Oh, well, they boo me, so that means that I affect them emotionally. No, they boo you because they don't fucking like you. That is not the kind of heat. That's not wrestling heat. We don't want you being the top guy. And guess what? We can't do shit with our regular booing, so we're gonna get even more aggressive, and we're gonna sabotage you. How much more could you fucking spell it out than all that shit, bro? Like, you can't do it. And now you can't even fucking get them on the metrics because they got this $1 billion television contract that fucking happened by accident. Vince McMahon cashed in on how the television medium is right now. It has nothing to do with any of the shit he's done that he's a genius for. It has to do with the fact that television needs content, and you know.
Well, he's a genius for right place, right time in this case, for sure.
Well, that's right. I'll give him that. I kind of got carried away there by not. He is a genius, but at the same time, you know, this couldn't have happened at a better time for his company. You know, fucking Bellator got a $25 million, bro. Bellator, bro.
Yeah. Well, and what I'm trying to say again, just to reiterate what I'm trying to say, go with Roman. I don't care. Just the problem is this match. I'm sorry. I don't believe that one pussy spear can defeat Brock Lesnar within the storyline that they've been feeding us for 3 years. You can't just change the story you are telling. You can't. You can't do that. That's literally, this is like almost finger poke of doom level retardation here. Like, it really is. Bro. No, it really is because look, it's almost like if you had...
I don't think I would agree with you on that one, bro.
All right, maybe I'm going extreme like Paul Lee, but it's dumb because it's dumb to me because you have literally trained your audience to accept a certain kind of main event match, to accept this guy's being a monster, and you beat him with one spear after he takes out one giant, turns around, whoop, banana peel, 1, 2, 3. Are you nuts? Like, you know how disrespectful that is to the championship and to even Roman? Because let me tell you something right now. At some point, if Roman Reigns would have gone out there and gotten his ass whooped and then won with like a crimson mask or whatever, at the very least, the story they told at least would have entertained people. I don't know anybody who liked this match, bro. I don't know how you can like that match. There's nothing to like about it. It was bad.
Well, the first minute was pretty cool when you had Lesnar fumbling around and shit, but other than that, I didn't really care for the match. And then Braun Strowman, let's talk a little bit about Braun Strowman. He comes out. First of all, he says he's a coward, or he's not a coward. We know that's false because he bowed down
to Kurt Angle's wife. Now, let me tell you why he's a coward. He comes out and he says, I'm not going to attack a guy from behind, but I'm going to wait till the match is over. So you're going to go after a tired wrestler who just had a war. You're still being kind of a coward, bro.
I thought he was going to say, here's the briefcase, throw me in this match right now.
That's exactly what I thought. I thought we had a three-way.
But then he contradicts himself by saying, all right, you guys fight. I'm going to chill here, and I'll get the most tired guy and whoop their ass. That's bullshit, bro. You're a coward. And you bowed down to Karen Jarrett, which I'm never going to forgive that. I don't care who her husband was, you know? So fuck that.
Her husband was Jeff Jarrett at the time, not even Kurt Angle, so.
Which is the same thing, bro. They're both alphas, if you ask me. We both know that. You
gotta worry about a guitar or getting your ankle snapped.
Here's a question. If instead of saying my ex-husband is Kurt Angle, what if she said my husband is Jeff Jarrett? Would Strowman have bowed down?
Well, he better have.
If he respects the business.
That's right. That is right. Because we know that Jeff Jarrett, not only is he a great worker, he also has a great mind because he's about to get another payday from Anthem, bro. He sued them. Check this out, bro. First, this guy's so smart, bro. I have so much respect for Double J. He gave them the Global Wrestling Federation, but he never signed the contract. So he got television time to promote himself and his product, and then he went back and said, nope, you guys never signed the contract, now I'm going to sue you. So he's going to go ahead and sue that Canadian guy, whoever the fuck he is, the guy that went in Observer Live, and Dave lost respect for him 2 minutes in when he know what the fuck he was talking about.
You know what, John Pollock?
Nah, bro. The one of the old geezers that was put in charge, and he wasn't no pizza delivery guy like I've heard enough or whatever.
The guy who announced the TNA streaming service. I forgot that guy's name.
Yeah, and then Dave asked him, so are you gonna have what was it like? You're gonna have the pay-per-views there? No. And as soon as he said no, Dave completely shut down on him, bro. Dave had no respect for that man after he told him no. Like if you hear that interview again, you'll notice that Bryan had to carry the load after that because Dave was completely finished with him.
That's awesome that you remember that.
Well, because it shocked me, bro. Because I've never seen Dave like shut down on interviews before like that. He was just done with them. So anyway, so Braun Strowman is a coward. Brock Lesnar, we know he can't take a punch because Alistair Overeem proved that. Now he can't even take a fucking little pussy ass spear either. I don't respect him either. Plus he gave all his needles and his juice to fucking Dean Ambrose. You know, just look at.
That's right. Dean Ambrose looked more like Lesnar than Lesnar did. Oh my god.
And he got the Bubba Ray Dudley head spliced in too, brother. He looked like Bubba Ray Dudley from a distance. And so it was just a dumb ending, and it left me with a bitter taste in my mouth. And it wasn't even that bad of a show. I liked the show. I just didn't like that main event.
Okay, before people think, because of Big D's rant, that I am all of a sudden a fan of this match and the way things went down, I'm not. I didn't. It was fine. It was what it was. It was what I expected it to be. I had
the Tongue Guns got more over on this than in New Japan.
I had such little expectation for what they were going to do. They, as a fan, they have trained me when it comes to Roman and Brock to that I'm not really going to get anything special, so I didn't expect it. And so my expectations were low. I agree that the finish was anticlimactic. So before
I'm not ranting at you. I'm ranting at WWE. Just wanted to make that clear.
Sure. I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna fight with you on this because I don't disagree with you. I just never expected anything. But we can move on to something else.
Like the great Dave Meltzer says, who doesn't really like women, is this the hill you're gonna die on? Is this the hill you're gonna choose to die on?
Okay,
the answer to that.
Okay, we had to chill on the Big Dave stuff. He had a bad week, man.
Well, yeah, and plus we know for a fact that he likes women because he likes women. We know he likes women. That's all I'm gonna say, bro.
Okay, you're right. He does. Yeah, he loves women. He's from another era, folks. Forgive him.
He does love women. That's for sure. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's it.
What I'm gonna do now is that I'm gonna power through the pregame show. I'm gonna power through it real fast.
I didn't even see it.
So you watched it?
I didn't watch it. I did not watch it. I guess he did.
Of course, I fucking watched it. I can't watch a show without watching the pre.
You watch everything. I forgot.
Okay, so here we go.
Go ahead.
Andrade Andrade. What the fuck is his name again, bro?
Andrade Cien Almas.
La Sombra and Zelina Vega against Rusev and Lana, bro.
Lana was looking good. She lost some weight again, which whatever. And she's actually
Be careful what you just said, bro. Be real careful. Just like how Hogan told Roddy Piper, be careful, brother. Be real careful.
I'm a fan of the female body, forgive me. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. What do you want me to do?
Including Nia Jax's body, right? Correct?
So, no, this was a by the numbers match. It was your typical Dusty Rhodes and Sapphire versus Sherry and Randy Savage. This was not. And essentially they did the old Lana hooks up Zelina Vega and gets the pin using the rope. So the Road Dogg's already in full effect here.
Do you know, by the way, I want to ask WG, do you know where Sapphire came from?
No, I don't.
Roddy Piper doing commentary at SummerSlam 1990, one of our funniest shows ever. Come on, Sapphire! And then she wouldn't come out for the match with Sensational Queen Sherry. And then Piper kept coming up with all these excuses. Maybe she's back there making pancakes or something. Maybe she's too busy delivering pizzas. Maybe she got tired of it. That's a dream, pun intended. So he's literally nailing all these zingers about Sapphire, bro. And then when Sherry wins by count out, he's like, that is why they call her Scary Sherry. Then they cut to the back, and they interview Sherry Martel later on in the show, and he's like, a missing person. And when she's like, I said she was missing. I didn't say anything about her being a person.
Oh,
what
God.
Is she, a UFO? SummerSlam 90 is one of the great all-time WWF shows when it comes to comedy.
So all that promo that Big D just said, you would never be able to do anymore because Roddy Piper called her Aunt Jemima, and you can't do that anymore.
He did. He said maybe she's back making pancakes for all the boys.
So Jerry Lawler was back on the panel, which is a good thing because he's gone through. We haven't even talked about Grandmaster Sexy, bro. That was very sad, bro. Charlotte Caruso looked amazing, by the way. She's growing on me in more ways than one.
It's making you grow.
Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gabagulek. This was a great fucking match, bro. fucking the last minute or two. Too bad these fuckers ain't over because nobody watches that show.
The chocolate midget against the vanilla midget.
Wait, was it? So you're saying it was a good match?
Oh, it was a really good match. I thought they did some wacky fucking New Japan style reversals towards the end, and then Cedric did an awesome Spanish fly. It was good. So what happened is that after all the wackety reversals, Cedric Alexander got the pin 1, 2, 3. I really enjoyed this match, and I thought I was gonna be in for a good night. Finally, we had the B team versus Curtis Axel versus the Revival, Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder. This match was all about. The gimmick here is that the B team is this fluke team that's constantly winning, but they don't really earn the wins. So they actually had a cool opening where they hit Curtis Axel with their finisher right away, the Shatter Machine, and then Bo Dallas had to kind of work from the bottom, just do that whole the old two heels working on the baby face.
I thought the Shatter Machine was Kensuke Sasaki, bro.
That's a good one, bro. And so eventually what happened was that Dawson had Axel on a small package, and then through all these wackiness, they flipped them over, and then the B team ended up getting the pin. And of course, they always celebrate like they won the world title, like they're Roman Reigns. They celebrated better than Roman Reigns did tonight. Just put it that way. So then we get to the start of the show. And the opening match is
no. Terry Crews does the intro, right?
Our boy Terry Crews got a payday, bro, which popped me tremendously.
He deserves it after being molested by Kevin Spacey. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Kevin Spacey,
supposedly. That's the rumor now that he. Did you hear about the Expendables 4?
Yeah, no. Terry Crews has gone on record saying that he dealt with a producer's time to show his dick.
Wait, where did the Kevin Spacey thing come from?
Because supposedly it was a Kevin Spacey situation where, the producer told him he tried to seduce him or something, and he said no, and now he's all about pulling him from Expendables 4.
And what? No. And then he said that when he said no, they ended up replacing him with Wesley Snipes, bro. And if you watch Expendables 3, he's in the hospital bed throughout the entire movie. So there's a lot of racism and a lot of a lot of shit going on there. But he did say he was very open about that recently, and he got a payday here. This might be the only payday he's gonna get for a while, bro, because he pissed off Hollywood. The what do you call it? The Good Old Boys Club in Hollywood. There's a lot of them. So
Black Pope.
So there is that. So Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler Seth Rollins IC title. This was my favorite match of the night. I really enjoyed this match. Then we have Brock.
Wait. Hold on. Are we done with the pre-show?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to go from start to finish because there are a lot of more newsworthy things that I think we should get to before, but. I do have the Seth and Dolph thing soon because it was a pretty darn good match. But before
we hijacked the show, and I apologize.
Before we get it's going on World of Geekdom too. This is your thing too. But I'll tell you the reason why I want to talk about this other thing first is because I feel like there's lots of layers heading into WWE booking for the next month and a half and then until WrestleMania. So the first thing I want to do. Let's talk about Ronda Rousey and Alexa Bliss.
Really? Okay.
This was a squash match of all squash matches. Ronda's talking shit. Ronda's like a basketball player basically saying, I'm going to do this and this and this and then dunk and then doing it. And Ronda's doing this in a wrestling match against poor Alexa Bliss. Now, I get it. Like, they need her to be really strong. Alexa was kind of there just to be the person she could throw around and just look like crazy, unbeatable. Alexa has the double jointed gimmick where she could turn her elbow the other way. But so Ronda beats Alexa in this match, which is going to set up so many things headed as far as rumors and this Evolution pay-per-view and next year's WrestleMania. Like, there's so many things going on here with Ronda Rousey. You guys can talk about this match if you want. There's not really much to talk about. But do you think that it's overkill with her already in August of 2018?
I think, like you said earlier, I think they booked themselves into a corner. I think they booked this match.
Yeah.
And once they booked it, they're like, what are we going to do? She can't lose, and she shouldn't have lost. I would have been more pissed if she would have lost, whether it be by Natalya heel turn, which they weren't going to do with after what happened to her dad. And also they couldn't do any other. I thought the Bella Twins were out there to get involved, which I was already pissed about that, but they worked me again. They, because their job, like Ryan Johnson's job, is to make me believe something and then not give it to me. So they had the Bella Twins out there, which, by the way, got incredible heel heat. Now those brats come off as incredibly annoying because that Rio recognizes Rio, right? And when you surround yourself with all these women athletes, and then you bring somebody from an outdated era like the Divas era, look, listen, I understand they work incredibly hard, especially Nikki. Nikki she had her injuries, she broke her neck, she's given a lot to this business. But at the end of the day, she comes out with her fucking booty shorts, which I don't mind, by the way, and she rips up her shirt, showing her big fake titties. And so you gotta have one or the other, bro. You can't be here and try to be from another era and show, give the boys their candy, so to speak, and also try to fucking be the serious athlete,
serious athletic, right.
So being in this very hardcore fan era that we're in, they see through this shit. Yeah, they see through this shit, bro. So you can't. So once they come on screen, and then to top it off, it was just this veiled attempt to just plug all their shit, which is even worse. So because it comes off as even more commercial and fake, and they come out there and like, well, we're gonna be at ringside. By the way, they're starting to look like each other again, which I don't know if
I noticed that too tonight.
If Nikki has done less work to herself or Brianna has done more work to herself.
Well, she had a baby, bro. That's why.
So you're saying there's some milkies in them titties still, or what?
Not only am I saying that, I'm saying that they used to look like the number 10. Now they're more like 00. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Oh shit. So they went out there and they got annoying, and I was like, fuck, they're gonna get involved. So all these things are going through my brain, and it's like I don't want that. So this whole idea of Ronda Rousey squashing Alexa, I was okay with it in the sense of the options we had, but I'm not okay in that it is too soon. And what is she gonna do? Because now is she gonna be champion to Mania, or is she gonna drop? If she drops the title, she's gonna lose a lot of steam. I don't trust this committee to book them right. So I'm very concerned for her in that sense. As far as the match, you're saying she was talking shit. She was also calling spots very loud, bro. And for a brother that got to practice her match, that's not good. And to the point where Jonathan Coachman, because she told Alexa, "Are you ready? Here we go." And Jonathan Coachman is like, he even told her if she's ready, folks. Can you believe that?
No, which is not going to be as good as Jim Ross saying, "Are you all right?" Is he all right? How do you hit a man in the chops and ask him if he's all right?
Yeah. Jim Ross had him covered for Davey Boy and Val Venus many years ago for the same reason, bro.
Is he all right?
But JR's out. JR, well, he's not alpha.
He's not alpha, but he's good at his job.
Yeah, yes, indeed. Right now, he's just trying to get laid on Twitter. But
Well, no. What passed me is I remember there was another Raw where I think Randy Orton had a headlock on someone. He's calling spots, and JR goes, "Look at him talking trash." I love that, bro.
Yeah, but Jonathan Coachman is like, guys, he just told her, "Is she ready?" Could you believe that? And then Graves and Cole just stood quiet like this fucking dumb.
The part that popped me is earlier in the night, they're like well, AJ Styles is gonna go for that calf bone, and then Corey Graves goes, "The calf is the muscle, not a bone, folks." Straight up, just.
Well, I love Corey because he's done with Coach, bro. He's fucking so fed up with him that he buries them right on the air, like constant. And it's awesome.
I love it. I love it. And he buried CM Punk, bro. Not on the air, but he has.
No, but WG agrees. WG takes CM Punk's side.
Really? I don't take anybody's side from that group.
CM Punk's an asshole, bro. But I'm in Corey's side on this one, but WG takes CM Punk's side because I believe in loyalty, and this fucking asshole turned his back on everybody. So anyways, going back to this match, so Natty Neidhart came out with Jim DeAnvil's jacket from from
SummerSlam '90, our favorite show.
Bro, that was fucking awesome, and it was cool. I like that. I popped for that. By the way, Bret Hart hasn't said anything about that, so he's probably taking it very, very hard.
I mean, dude, the whole Hart Foundation '97 is gone except him, bro. Owen, Davey, Brian Pillman, and Jim the Anvil, bro.
Yeah, and Bret's half and half, if you ask me, bro. Except for those fucking BMW commercials that he does in Canada.
Or those videos where he's talking shit to Ric Flair. That's always good.
Double G, have you seen that commercial where he's showing off his man cave?
Who? Brett?
Yeah, he's got like this gimmick where he talks. You know, he's got the Alexa or whatever you call it, where you talk to the room and the room does shit for you.
Yeah.
And he's kind of Pomo on Ric Flair. Could you do this? Television, turn on. And then the television turns on. Bro, no, I'm not done. So the television turns on, and it's the Simpson episode that he started, bro.
That's right.
And then he just looks at the camera, and I mean, he's always kind of like he has that permanent winking look that he has now. So he kind of looks at the camera with that look. And so Bret Hart being wacky, bro. But yeah, you're right. The Hart Foundation's all gone, unfortunately. And so,
except for Jimmy. Jimmy's not gone. Well, that version of the Hart Foundation.
But he's not really a member of the family. But I guess you're right. Yeah, that version. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Jimmy's he's gonna outlive us, bro. He's never gonna die because he looks the same.
Yeah, he does not age. Now, I just want to say that just real quick. I feel bad for Alexa, but at the same time, I had no problem with how they did this because they had to book Rousey strong.
Yeah.
But I do agree that it's a little tiny bit too soon. They did book themselves to a corner because they put her in the title picture way too early. I would have rather done the Natty feud first if possible. Of course, they didn't know unforeseen circumstances with Jim the Anvil Neidhart passing away. But the point I'm trying to make is it's going to be weird to see where they go from here because she's obviously going to defend the belt at the Evolution show. You could bring up Shayna Baszler. You could have the Natty feud happen eventually. You could have Nia Jax come back. You could have the Bellas feud with her. I mean, there's a lot of different possibilities. I don't know where they're going to go. Of course, the big long-term one's going to have to be Charlotte, bro. That's the way. Charlotte's going to be the long-term match.
Okay, that's why I wanted to bring this up.
That's WrestleMania.
So that's why I wanted to bring this up, and let's talk about the triple threat women's match in a second. But,
all right, yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
But you guys do know the rumor for the Evolution main event, right?
Is it Charlotte and her?
It's Ronda against Nikki Bella. That's the rumor right now.
Oh, God.
Well, no, that actually makes perfect sense, and I'll tell you why. Charlotte versus Nikki Bella makes perfect sense because they brought her back on the show.
Ronda versus Nikki Bella.
I mean, I'm sorry. Ronda, yeah, that doesn't make sense. Let me tell you why. They brought her back on this show. They built it up here. Brie Bella is going to be teaming up with Daniel Bryan against Miz and Maurice. Obviously, from the finish that we saw tonight, where she handed Miz the Nux, which, by the way, that was a great match. I love that fucking match. Just want to say that. Great match.
We'll get to it soon.
Yeah, Miz cheap shot at Daniel Bryan and won. That's the match. They're going to be doing Miz and Maurice against Brie Bella and Daniel Bryan, which means that the Mizanin Bella feud from WrestleMania 33 will continue, which I'm hoping will eventually lead to the real main event, which is the Mom and Johnny Ace against the Miz and Maurice, and I'm hoping for All Japan Johnny Ace this time.
No.
Dragon Lady Johnny Ace, bro.
That guy's long gone. We were hoping for that when he wrestled John Cena at that B show years ago, and we didn't get it. So
are you saying that we're gonna get skateboarder Johnny Ace? I definitely want that guy to be gone.
We're gonna get power to the people, or whatever the fuck his catchphrase was. Johnny Ace, that one.
You know that's the end goal, bro. It has to be the mom and the stepdad against Miz and Maurice, bro. Just go run the gamut of the whole family in mixed tag matches.
I just think it'll be good business if she kind of squashes everybody getting to Charlotte. I hope that, because if Nikki Bella is the next one, then I'm fine with it, because it's not really.
But if they're gonna do that, then I think that Charlotte should also be beating everybody as well.
Well, what you want is who's gonna be see, this is weird because it fucks up the babyface heel dynamic, you know. So
now they have a new enemy because Becky Lynch turned heel, so they could always do that.
We'll talk about that sort of heel turn in a second, but okay, quickly. So the other rumored match for Evolution is Trish Stratus, and actually it's not even rumored. They announced it last night. Trish Stratus versus Alexa, which is weird because why would they announce that match before today's show? That was really weird. I wonder if it got leaked and then they just decided I think
it got leaked. It got leaked.
Okay.
That's what happened.
But
yeah, I think it got leaked. And honestly, I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it. I mean, Alexa doesn't really need to have any kind of heat going into the match because it's gonna be all about Trish, getting the big pop and then doing her trademark spots. Traditional booking would dictate that Alexa should win that match because she's the full timer. But that they don't do that here anymore. So if they want to do that whole give the babyface a win, then that's fine too. Because the thing about Alexa is that she's so talented with her mic skills that she's not the greatest worker, but she could always get herself over just by her talking.
Yeah.
So she's always gonna be okay with losing.
She's like Jericho, not as good,
No
Not
way,
kissing
man.
other women on Instagram, but she's got that ability to get herself over again. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, if you see her Instagram, I don't know about our boy, Buddy, whatever the fuck he.
Landell?
Nah, bro.
Buddy Murphy?
Her fiance or whatever.
Who is that?
Is that really her fiance, Buddy Murphy?
Yeah, it is. Who knows at this point? But on the Instagram, Alexa's with like a couple dudes that work on production and shit constantly. Denny Louis knows because he stalks her, so I'll ask him when I have the time. So anyway, so this was a whatever, it was what it was. A lot of short matches tonight too, because they stacked the card, so they had to have a lot of short matches.
Okay, so let's quickly talk about the three-way again, because I want to stay on this topic as and we'll go back to Ronda versus Charlotte because I think there's some interesting implications for that match. But I really hated this match. I thought this match really, really sucked. But they saved it by having Becky turn against Charlotte at the end, which actually got Becky cheered more than any part of this match by turning on Charlotte.
Yeah, and what worries me is that Charlotte is not as over as she should have been. And I don't know why, because I don't know where it is New York, so who knows. But either Becky was really, really liked here, or people are getting tired of Charlotte because not only they also booed when she won, so it was even before the turn came. They kind of booed Charlotte a little bit, and so I don't even know why because she's not she doesn't either. She doesn't come off as privileged. She doesn't she kind of paid her
and not just that. I just want to say she's a really great worker. She did a corkscrew from the top on this show. I feel like Charlotte, I'm going to be real with you. I'm becoming more and more of a fan of Ashley, bro, because she's really, really good. Like, we all knew she was good, but I'm saying, like, she's getting better. And I like her a lot, bro. I don't know why they booed her. I don't get it.
Okay, so I'm going to steal this one from Big Dave because I saw it on Twitter. And I was like, okay, this makes a lot of sense to me. I think that we talked about sort of manipulating the audience earlier. I think this was another instance of them being a little bit ahead of their audience. You'll notice Charlotte kind of stole that pin, right? Like she Becky looked like she was going to win. Charlotte hits that natural selection, boom, and then she pins Becky while Becky thinks that she's got the disarmor in or whatever she had in. And so it was a little bit of like a stealing, and the whole story to this match is that Becky just can't win the big one. And, so she has that like underdog, like everyone wants to see her win.
I mean, we saw the turn coming though, to be honest with you.
Right.
I saw it coming. It was telegraphed.
But I'm not sure if it was actually a turn. I think the way that it was written was as like the fans were just going to get behind Becky because they thought like, that Charlotte kind of won it in a weak way. Now we'll see what happens because she did throw Charlotte into that chair at the end, and that was pretty heelish.
Hold on, I just want to say something real quick. Don't get it twisted. It is a turn. Just because the fans don't react to the turn the way that you think, it's still a turn. She still did a heel turn. It's very similar to what happened with Mr. Fuji. Remember when he turned it? Remember, the fans were confused. They didn't know if they went heel or he went face, or they didn't know what's going on. So I think that when SmackDown comes out, in a couple of days or whatever, she will cut the heel promo saying, whatever. Okay,
and
she might get cheered.
That's very possible, but it's also I think that they sort of knew how the fans would react before the fans knew how they would react, and so I hope she does stay heel because it's different. She needs something different.
Yes.
But I also think like the writing of this was really smart because they sort of knew what they wanted to get out of this, and they wanted to get Becky over out of this. So I thought it was really smart the way that they did it.
By the way, when Becky left to the ring after her heel turn, she was walking to the back, and they had a camera shot of her backside, and there was nothing there. So,
oh man.
Also, Charlotte's got to stop crying during all this. She's like the female version of Tommy Dreamer, bro.
No, that's her dad.
Like, who gives, bro? Her dad.
That's
bro.
her dad.
He's the best crier in wrestling,
Rick
dog. He's
at
the best crier in
wrestling.
wrestling.
No, but come on, bro. This bro cries for everything, and I'm gonna lose respect for her if she continues crying like that. You're an athlete. You won. You're the champ. Just go to your hotel room and play video games or whatever.
Well, I am a fan of hers now, big time. Like
I am a fan of her too. I do, and she that was a great looking corkscrew, but she missed both of the women, but she caught one of them on the way down with her arm. And what was crazy about that is that she did like 4 or 5 rotations in the air, and she landed on her feet, bro. That's incredible athleticism right there.
But then that's not her fault though, right? Like they
no.
Catch
I was
her.
gonna say that.
They didn't want to catch her.
Look. I'm sorry. Please don't hate me for this. I'm so glad Carmella dropped that belt. Carmella is not good. Then again, she's associated with big ass, big Kaz, Z with 2 Z's now, like Taz.
So you do read the Observer still?
Every so often. Okay. But I try to avoid all the women hating stuff. But no, I'm kidding. It's a joke. All right. But no, I know Dave loves.
I'm not going to be able to do Wrestling Observer Radio after this show anymore.
It's a joke, bro. Listen, he loves women, especially from the Mid-South territory. So as I was saying, right, she's not very good, bro. Look, and here's the thing. They're trying to get her over as being this like obnoxious kind of bratty heel, and I feel like Alexa Bliss has captured that character perfectly. Carmella's just not as talented as Alexa Bliss is at capturing that character. So when you have 2 top heel women who are kind of similar characters, I feel like when you had James Ellsworth, you had a different dynamic there, right? Alexa didn't have that. But now it's becoming even more clear that Carmella's just not main event material. I don't know why they had the belt on her for so long. I don't know why they gave her that win over Asuka. This experiment with Carmella, I think, has failed, and they should move on from it and never give her the belt again.
Yeah, I understand why they did it. I'm with you on that. I think that she has like obnoxious heel written all over her. She can't really work. You know, she screams a lot during her matches. That's perfect for her, but it just got so it was just too much. And she could still do that act, but don't give her the title. She could be like a mid-card act with just her doing that. And here it was like, you ain't never gonna beat nobody. Like, oh my god, shut the hell up, you know. Call Big Ass to come and shut you up or something, man.
Yeah, because, and I was just gonna say that I'm glad she dropped the belt. I'm actually excited for this Becky Charlotte feud. Yeah, I do want to see that.
And lastly, I guess this puts a nail in the coffin. No, I said lastly, bro. Lashley didn't get a payday here tonight. Lastly, I guess this puts a nail in the coffin on the 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen thing, or maybe it might be for Survivor Series. Who knows? But okay. it seems like it's never gonna happen.
So I'm glad I'm glad you brought that up, because at least for the last 3 or 4 months, I've heard that this is on, and I didn't hear this from Dave. I heard this from somebody else.
From Mike Johnson, the guy that you're secretly emailing.
Scoops.
That's right.
Scoops.
That's right.
Me and Scoops are tight.
Scoops still gets some scoops once in a while, bro. He's not uncredible, if that's even a word.
Lost
your train of thought. Yes.
Uncredible, like the opposite of incredible. I don't know where you.
I don't know. I'm not very. English is not my first language, bro.
Okay. I've heard that is still on, and that is the reason why Jessamine and Marina are wrestling now at NXT.
I mean, but at Survivor Series?
At Survivor Series, which is only in 2 months.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm down. I'm okay with it.
So here's what this leads to, which is the heavy rumor about WrestleMania in New York is that Ronda and Charlotte are the headliners.
Yes, we heard that a year ago.
That's why I'm not going.
Oh, I'm sorry, not.
Because I'm sorry, bro. I'm a traditionalist in that aspect.
Men should only headline. Is that what you're telling me, bro?
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
Are you saying that you'll never watch a main event with people who have grooves in the back of their skull?
And we did not say that, folks. That's been out there for a long time. It's not. Don't credit us with that one.
That's Quentin Tarantino's idea, not ours.
So, no. I'm just. I don't know. I'm not gonna go to. I don't know.
So you would rather see Roman Reigns against Braun Strowman at WrestleMania headline and close the show?
No, I would rather see a match that's gonna give me a good 15-20 minute main event, and I don't think they're gonna do it. They're gonna give me the smoke and mirrors, I would pay to see them in the middle of the show, like she was this year, and it was a great match. but I don't want to see them close the show.
You would pay to see them be subservient in the middle of the shows. Weird. That's what I'm reading from this.
I mean, they could have a nice little 10-minute match with the smoke and mirrors, you know, and Ronda could come out looking like the Road Warriors again, you know, with that face paint and shit. That's fine, you know. Then Charlotte could cry when she wins the title, and then she could hug Ronda at the end, and they could both all, you know, because wrestling's fake. So then they could go on social media and take their little pictures together, and that'll be that. But to put them at the end, nah, I'm cool. I'll stay home.
They will have, let's see. Let's say they do the match in November at Survivor Series. They will have December, January, February, March. They'll have over 4 months to practice this thing. You don't think they could get a good 15 to 20 minute match after practicing it for 4 months?
As long as I don't hear Ronda saying, "You ready? Here we go." You know, every fucking third spot and shit.
or better, bro. I don't want to hear her saying, "All right, reversal," like freaking Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar at Mania 19, or Ken Shamrock and Shawn Michaels. Reverse it. I don't want to hear that.
The only one that was cool is Chavo Guerrero Jr., who was still speaking Carney to Carlito, bro, while they were in the ring that one time. He said Misunky flip. That's what he said, bro. That was classic. And this was like in 2006, bro, when the fucking that era of wrestling's dead.
Oh,
but Chavito comes from a traditional family, bro, so he was still hooking it up with that Carney talk to call spots. Hey, brother, if she pops out with that, then I'll pay full money to fucking, because that would be worth the price of admission right there. Even though I want to hear it, so I see it back on TV.
Eddie DiBiase, he's gonna be really sad if you don't go to WrestleMania.
He might be inside the ring, bro. The first time they sell a ticket to a fan to be inside the ring the whole time, bro. This motherfucker's everywhere. He's like that one bug-eyed African-American dude.
That's right. Him and the Dana White look alike with the green shirt.
There was an old-ass dude right here tonight, and like in the corner, and all the match, he would come out when all the guys were coming down to the ring. So who knows who that was.
All right, so let's we can get back to Seth and Dolph, because I know D is very excited to talk about this match.
I mean, all I want to say is it was the best match on the show to me. They did some crazy stuff. They did an inverted suplex from the top rope, which was crazy, and then he reversed it.
Who was that supposed to hurt? That's what I wanted to know.
Well, it's wrestling, bro. It hurts everybody.
Wait a minute. When a fucking Okator lands on his neck, they did the same exact spot that fucking got the match fucking 7 stars, bro. Remember when Okator fucking took that Dragon Clutch
Draven,
fucking...
That's New Japan. It's okay to do that.
Of course it is, bro. Double G, don't fucking... Listen, now my fucking heart rate's accelerating here. But look, because this is so fucking...
coming out of the ears now.
No, this is so fucking unfair, bro. Did you just say who the fuck that's... Like if these two guys are two jabronis fucking wrestling at a gym? I just saw fucking 9 months ago at the Tokyo Dome fucking Kenny Omega give a clutch fucking suplex to Okada where he landed on his head, bro, and that fucking match still got 7 stars. Nobody was asking, oh, who the fuck was that supposed to hurt? Oh no, that was them putting on a performance. That was them putting on the best show of all time up to that time, because as we know, every New Japan show is the greatest show of all time, you know. So that was the whole thing about it. So don't be coming at me with who is that supposed to hurt. That same fucking spot is the spot you see constantly in fucking New Japan, bro, and you know that to be true.
Okay, here, Takahashi and
this was fucking cool because he fucking flipped around and he hit him with another one.
But that was fucking awesome. That's why I didn't know. It's because nobody sold it. And they went right into another move, so I didn't know. Was that supposed to be Seth hitting the move, or was Dolph reversing it? Like, that's what I didn't know. That's just my question. I didn't make any judgments.
Guys,
what I don't know is how was Seth bleeding? Did we ever figure out what happened there?
Yeah, he fucking gigged, bro. I didn't give a fuck.
I thought he gigged too, but I didn't want to say nothing because you had our boy Steve Armstrong, or whoever that was, putting on his little blue, yellow gloves, bro. He's gonna give him an anal exam or something.
Well, they gotta do that now as policy, whether they gig or not. But who knows, bro? It might have been on the ring post because they got those wacky. Remember, this was in virtual reality tonight, bro.
By the way, I just want to tell you, I heard a rumor that Dave Bautista really wants to get booked on the Evolution show, bro. For obvious. He might not be working for as Drax anymore, but he wants to get booked on that show, bro.
All I got to say is if that happens, poor Buddy Murphy.
Oh, poor everybody, bro. Poor Bryan, poor John Cena. Bro.
Now let me ask you guys this: would he respect the boundaries set by Travis Brown, or is Batista alpha enough to say fuck this guy too? Because he's fought MMA too now, so he could take him out.
He did. He fought a guy who was 20-20 and barely. All right. I don't know if he's willing to cross that boundary, but I have a feeling that Ronda's not really his type. I feel like Alexa Bliss would be his target, bro.
Yeah,
if you ask
me. Me too.
That's target, bro.
Well, we know that Brock likes the Charlotte Flair types, right? That's his type.
I guess, but all right, bro.
But Batista's only going to go after girls whose boyfriends aren't going to stand up for them. He's not going to go after.
That's right, bro. Like the cuck John Morrison, bro. A man who I'm never going to respect ever.
You found a way to bury him on this.
I found a way to bury Ryan Johnson, him, even the Ecuadorian got kind of buried. Where's Denny at, bro? We haven't buried him. We haven't got the Finn Balor yet. That's why. So Denny the Demon Louis, bro. So they should call him the Abomination and gotten it over with, bro. But then everybody getting mixed up with Tim Roth.
You're popping me left and right tonight, bro. So
try to give a 7-star performance, bro.
You're not gonna get that because we're in America.
That's right. We gotta record this in Japan, and we'll be all right, bro.
Nobody gets that here. So, anyways, no, this was the best. I mean, let me think here. Yeah, it was the best match of the night because I also liked the Samoa Jones and AJ Styles match.
Yeah, I like Samoa Jones and AJ Styles, and I like Daniel Bryan and Miz a lot. I really enjoyed Daniel Bryan and Miz. They busted out the indie spots. They had Miz doing a cravat and doing fucking... What was the other spot he did from the indies? Oh, he did the Nigel McGuinness top rope clothesline. Love that kind of stuff. The finish was whatever. I really love that match, though. I really enjoyed that match. That was one of my favorite Miz matches. And then AJ Styles and Samoa Joe was great. I loved how AJ Styles and Samoa Joe had a lot of throwbacks to TNA Sacrifice, which was in August of 2005. And that was actually the first TNA pay-per-view that I actually paid for with my own money. And it was good. It was a great show, and I love that match. They can do better, though. They can do better. I don't think this is going to be at the Kevin Owens and AJ feud. I think Joe and AJ are much more acquainted. We've seen them have classic matches in Ring of Honor and freaking TNA. They'll have classic matches in WWE, and I hope that this feud goes on for the rest of the year because I can see them wrestle a million times.
No, I thought. I mean, they started off with a great match already, bro. I mean, so I think they're only going to get better. It's not like Lazy Mura and AJ who had to have. Their good match was the last one, or even AJ and Kevin Owens, which they never had a good match. So this was definitely a great match, and
also I love the finish. I love how Samoa Jones cuts a promo on his wife and kid, and what he's saying, he's like, "I promised your daddy to go home, but I guess he's not." And then he got attacked. That's great.
No, they ain't like, but I'll be your daddy tonight.
I'll be daddy.
You forgot the big punchline right there.
Yeah, if you say that to a Mexican, bro, he won't make it home alive. Don't ever disrespect the Mexican children, bro.
Now, was Samoa Jones losing weight during the match because his trousers started falling on him in the middle of the match, bro? So he might have lost about a pound or two because he couldn't keep his trousers up after a while.
Yeah, he was working, man. He was working really hard, bro. And it's a shame that the WWE title never gets the same love as Universal because that match, I mean, maybe not on this show, but I feel like that should headline like the next pay-per-view that like they can have a headline.
Well, that's because
I'm sorry, Kevin Owens and Roman's not going to do it for me.
If they go to Hell in the Cell, it probably is.
Yeah, but I don't think you should do the Hell in a Cell match now. It's too soon.
But that's more of a reflection of who they're pushing more so than the actual championship because they focus all their attention on Roman Reigns and he's kind of like in the Universal title picture. So it's mostly because of Roman Reigns than it is on AJ Styles because AJ Styles always brings it, bro. Except when working with Lazy Mura.
And by the way, he's had that belt since late October, so he's had it for a while. And I hope he doesn't lose it anytime soon. But if he does lose it. It should be to Joe. I think he's the best guy.
So what do you? So if he holds it to Mania, what do you guys think? Daniel Bryan versus Styles?
That's a great choice.
I would pay for that. That would almost make up for the women closing. To be honest with you.
No, bro, we're gonna do the King of the Indies match: Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens versus Samoa Joe.
Oh man.
My daddy had a shrimp boat match, bro. We'll do that one also, bro. With Bray Wyatt, who follows me on Twitter.
and was nowhere to be found anymore. He lost all his heat, bro. Hanging around with Matt.
I don't know what happened, bro, but that seems to always happen to him. It sucks.
But they had a great 3.5 4-star match on Raw with the Revival and the P team. I like that match a lot. The one they had this past Monday.
Yeah.
So what else, Double G? What else do you want to tackle next?
So yeah, you guys just went through my next 3 matches on the card, but let's go back to Ms. Daniel Bryan because I think all the 3 matches that you said that were your favorite matches, they're in the argument for best matches on the show. But the thing that I liked about Ms. Daniel Bryan is now, if we go to the KLB, the group page, which Big D is currently suspended from.
That's right.
There are a lot of Miz fans on that page. It's kind of unbelievable. And look, I like the Miz too, but I do like.
I love the Miz.
But I think he's now becoming. I mean, I hate to say, I'm not trying to disparage him, but this was a great match, and obviously Daniel Bryan helped do that. But he is becoming a better all around worker.
So my gimmick on that page is I knock down the Miz all the time because I just don't think he's that good of a wrestler. But I love the Miz in real life because he's from the real world, which I watched. He's from MTV's The Challenge, which I watched. He's a really good character. He still hosts a lot of those shows. He'll go back to MTV 2 times a year and do stuff with MTV. So I'm a fan of the Miz. I think his wrestling is a little bit overrated, but that's fine. That just means that he's good at his, at sort of his performance. With someone like Daniel Bryan, he can have a really damn good match. Now, he's not going to carry anybody to a good match. He had a really good match at WrestleMania with Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. So when he's in with good guys, he does his job. And so I thought that's what this was. I thought he was a little sloppy in the beginning. I think maybe he was a little bit too fired up. But they paced this match really well. And I know, it wasn't a 5-star match. There wasn't a whole lot of offense. It was more sort of a match about psychology, which I really liked. But give or take, this may have been my favorite match on the show because I like the story that they're telling. Daniel Bryan is not going to get his revenge on Miz right away. It's going to come, and they're not going to do it until the fan base just desperately wants it. Then they're going to pull the trigger, and it's going to be great.
And that is the key. That is the art form of a good booker, bro. You build and you build that heat, and you got to pop it at the right time. If you wait too long, is going to dissipate and is going to carry over to the heel. That's one of the biggest lessons, and that's why, I mean, not to sidetrack this conversation, that was the big problem that I had with the Garganis Ciampa match. It's this fucking guy can't win the big one, but he's failed too many times. And to top it off, Ciampa's incredibly charismatic. He's a great fucking heel. He's like one of those old school territory heels. And this guy's such a heel, bro, that he has a T-shirt that he wouldn't even allow WWE.com fucking to sell it because So I mean, he's kind of a mark for himself in that case. He's losing money, but that's his. Hey, whatever you got to do for the character, right? So it's like I said on the KLB board last night. It's you could have your hero's journey, and people will follow you, and you could fail sometimes, but you can't fail all the time because what's gonna happen is that people are gonna stop believing in you, and they're not gonna follow you, and worse yet, in wrestling, they're gonna start cheering the guy that's making you look like a fool, and that's worse yet, when the worst thing for a babyface is to beat himself. Garganis had him beat. He got cocky, and he fucking
and it's happened twice.
That's what I'm saying.
It has happened more than once. That's the issue.
And what happens in this situation as a booker is that you got to say, okay, so what's gonna? And I predicted this, and I'm gonna predict it right now. This is as over as Garganis is ever gonna be because it's all gonna be downhill from here. What's gonna happen now is that he's gonna be seen as a failure, and they're gonna do that storyline where he turns heel or he kind of moves on, but. It seems like they're putting all their eggs in Ciampa, and I'm thinking they're going to go with Ciampa and maybe Aleister Black when he gets back, or maybe they're setting it up for Ricochet. Because another thing that you could do is you could give so much heat to a heel and have a babyface that you think is going to carry the brand, which obviously they don't think Gargano is, and have him finally dethrone Ciampa. And that might be Ricochet, who knows? Although he just won a title last night, so I don't know how they're going to go around that. It might be like a long build. But yeah, so that was my big concern last night. That's why I was very disappointed in that ending because it was you kind of just killed Gargano right there, and we'll see how the fans take. because it's like, dude, you could only believe in somebody so much, and that lovable loser gimmick is not a main event gimmick; it's a mid card gimmick. And you know,
he, especially with a feud this personal, he can't lose the next match. He has to win the next match. He cannot lose it. He can't.
And the thing is that you keep on letting you grow, like his girl got involved, bro. Like, how is your average Joe Schmo who works at the office, like, when you get your girl involved, like, that's personal, and you kind of live vicariously through these characters. So once you disappoint your girl, that's kind of very beta right there, you know. It's like you can't even protect your own girl. Fuck you, you know. So it's like, I don't know. I just felt like Gargano lost a lot last night with that loss. Like, he's such a fucking idiot, bro. And if I'm thinking like that, I'm pretty sure other casuals are thinking even more, because that's psychology, and that's kind of like, you know, it's like a subconscious thing, you know. It's like you don't want to be root for that guy anymore because it's always failing. On the other hand, this fucking badass Ciampa who gets to talk all this shit and get away with it, I'm gonna start rooting for that guy. So that's how fucking shit like this goes downhill, you know. And of course, the greatest example of that is WCW versus the NWO. You know, that's like the textbook example. So yeah, man. So last night was a flop in that sense. How the fuck? Oh, with Daniel Bryan thing. Now he's still good because, like you said, it's a long build. I love that ending. Because Daniel Bryan didn't beat himself. He was actually whooping this guy's ass. He was taking years.
Yeah, it was the chick that got involved.
Yeah, and he didn't know that this broad had that illegal object, and so it was a good finish, and I liked it, and it creates more frustration. Later on, we saw Brie Bella kind of start getting involved a little bit, and so we'll see where this goes, but it was a good finish.
Yeah, and I just want to add to that, I loved the video package before the match. I loved it. They went back to all that. Loved it. Yeah, went through the whole feud. What did get annoying though is how they're having those like that CGI shit that they're adding now to the show, where like you have like the big weird dog face over Roman's entrance and shit. I don't like that.
That was made for the virtual reality. That's just in virtual reality, bro. That's the
it's lame though. Like actually, I just want to say, Pride Fighting Championships did that 15 years ago. If you remember, when Fedor came out, they would project this image of like the mountains of Siberia and Russia when he would come out. And when Crow Cop came out, they put the Croatian flag. They did those cool things in Pride.
Don't get me nostalgic right now, please.
Oh, no. Pride, look, as much as we talk about make fun of Japan and whatnot, Pride Fighting, bro, it's like Hibara-sama and Takada-sama. Remember, they were ahead of their time.
I love that. The Pride was the best of wrestling and MMA, and it'll never be duplicated because there's too many snobs in America, bro. I mean, that was about as wacky as you're going to get while being real, and it was awesome. All right.
Remember, they had a match with Sakuraba and Kevin Randleman where you can't get away with this in the U.S. where they portrayed Kevin Randleman as being Donkey Kong, a black man as an ape, and Sakuraba was Mario, and he came out with the Mario hat and the mustache. And
of course, right? I remember that. That was awesome.
Yeah. It was the Pride Grand Prix, I think 2004 or 2004, I think it was. Yeah, you can't dare replicate that. But anyways, I'm just trying to say that the feud continues, and I'm okay with that. I think Daniel Bryan has to win eventually. Now, speaking of Japan, Nakamura and Jeff Hardy.
It was a match. I mean,
what happened to Randy Orton? He comes out and he changes his mind. I don't really understand the character right now.
Well, he's in deep shit right now for showing his dick to everybody. This is one of those James Gunn situations, bro, where they're trying to, put him on trial for crimes of the past.
Well, what do you think about it?
That's the first episode of Star Trek, bro, when they put you on trial for the crimes of humanity, bro.
It's like Jim Ross would say, it was light ribbing. That's what we did back in the day, just a little light ribbing. But
it's called getting heat. Yeah, they had me dancing out there like a fool, and Triple H break my arm. It's called heat. Was I mad? I was never mad.
I love Jim Ross, bro. I fucking love that guy. So, no, because what happened was that Randy Orton... So, because Randy Orton has this tradition where all the new writers, he would stand by them and then whip out his dick and just kick it next to them with his dick out. And then he would ask them, you want to do something about this? And then... obviously, nobody would, right?
Wait, wasn't there one guy who slapped it?
Nah, bro, what the fuck, bro?
What?
There was a story where somebody slapped his dick, bro.
Finn Balor wasn't in the territory yet, bro. Come on.
Okay.
But So yeah, no. So now they brought that up. So I think what happened is that they kind of I think that was supposed to be a three-way, and because he's kind of dealing with this heat that came at him from like social media and stuff, they kind of just relegated him to just coming out and then going back. They didn't want too much attention to Randy Orton right now.
Now, what do you think happened when he whipped his dick out against Road Dogg, bro? Jesse James, bro. What do you think happened there?
He said, stop being a jack off. Yeah, I said it. Jack off.
What happened when he whipped it out on P.S. Hayes, bro? Purely
I don't know, bro. He's like, I seem bigger than that in the South. That's what
he told him, bro. That's right. He peed on him. You peed on me? Yeah, boy. That means you're getting a push. Ask your daddy.
Now, what would happen if Colonel Rob had that happen, bro? He'll clear the room out, right?
Colonel Rob will be like, "You ain't shit." Boom, bro.
Clack, clack.
Or Black. Remember, Black Magic's in the back somewhere too, bro.
Well, if it was Colonel Rob, then they would have to shake hands with two hands.
So anyway,
he was wearing the white cowboy hat, bro, and the handkerchief, bro. Oh!
So Lazy Mura got new ring gear. He looks about 105 pounds soaking wet. I think he was on the juice in Japan, bro. It's a lot bigger.
I got his book and I haven't opened it up yet, but I do have his book.
Yeah, he doesn't have too many kind words to say about Brock Lesnar. He didn't like working with him. So no, this was a good match. I mean, it was just a match. There was nothing special about it. Of course, Hardy wants to kill himself again.
Okay, can we talk about that?
Yeah.
He damn near almost killed himself on that apron spot, bro. Has he been? I know he wants to impress Dave, bro, by doing an apron move.
Well, can we talk about the apron spot in general? Like, WWE's like 5 years behind on this apron spot, and now every match.
Wait a minute, no.
Wait a minute.
No, more like 20 years, because all Japan was doing that shit in like 94. Kobashi-sama was doing that shit, bro.
What are you saying, though?
But not like all these flying moves and these like stuff like that on the side of the apron. Like that's like indie stuff. That's the stuff that the indies are doing these days.
Yeah, well, that's the stuff that Big Dave gives 10 stars to. See, you can't even fucking. You got me flustered, bro.
You have guys like that,
Big
Joe
Dave,
and AJ in
the brother, Will Ostrich damn near left his head in that canvas, bro. When he did that fucking Spanish fly and his head went south and his fucking body went north, bro.
Big Dave.
So and that got 5.5. I saw in the Observer.
I watched these matches. I watched these matches with Big Dave. He hates those spots.
No, he it's true. He doesn't like anything with the neck. Jeff, when I saw the replay, it wasn't that bad, but it could have definitely gone wrong.
Okay, it was very slow, so he was very careful.
Here's what we're talking about. So, in the match, I think Jeff gives him a stunner, but do they still call it the? It looks more like a stunner than it looks like any. No.
It was that idiot Lazy Mura sold it like a stunner.
He bumped it. He didn't go down flat. He went down and back, which is like a stunner. So okay, you're right.
So then Jeff goes on the top rope and he's about to hit
Jeff Hardy, you stun me, I take back a bump. We need 7 stars in observer. Apron. I can't even finish. Do the swanton apron. I move. We get 7 stars.
To rather not, though. That's the problem. Because Dave's going to be bitching about the show being 10 hours. So that ain't going to
And then Jeff goes, but Nakamura-sama, we're not in the dome. We can't get those 5-star ratings.
And then Nakamura-sama will be like, we're not?
We're not Brooklyn, no American Dome? We go to Darasu, big stadium.
He's still in Darasu.
He
still has that ticket from Darasu, though. Remember, that was the whole storyline.
This video is going to get demonetized.
You guys might be going to hell. And then
going to hell is the original booked WrestleMania 35 main event, which was Kenta. What's his jabroni's name now in NXT? Hideo Itami. That's right. The guy who
that guy's been in the WWE roster for over a year, and you still said he's in NXT. He's in 205 Live now.
Whatever, bro. He's gonna end up going to another place very soon if he doesn't fucking shape up. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And I'm not talking about the Orient. So Remember, the original match was that they were going to recycle those atom bombs that he used to throw from '94 and give it to Hideo Itami and have him come out and throw him into the crowd. That's why we're going to hell, bro.
That's why we're going to hell. That's right.
And that was a joke on KLB like 2.5 years ago.
So Samoan Joe does the sign for the. Well, we're not there anymore, huh?
We're not where
in that match.
Yeah.
Because he teases the muscle buster, but nobody sells it because everybody forgot that he almost killed TJ Wilson with it. But it was supposed to be like this big spot, like oh my god spot, but nobody remembers, so he didn't really get
Wilson
a big.
Deserved to die, bro.
Oh, come on.
Okay, he deserved to get crippled after not sleeping with his wife and watching Daniel Bryan matches instead on Total Divas, bro. You're not completely wrong, but I'm gonna disagree with you. All right, well, maybe I took it too far. I like TJ Wilson. It's a joke. We joke on here.
By the way, I have no idea what match we're on. Are we still on Hardy and Nakamura? Is that what match we're on?
I don't care. Finn Balor and Baron Corbin. All right, he squashed them in like 90 seconds. If they're gonna bring the demon gimmick in, then you might as well have him squash Baron Corbin, bro.
I do love Jonathan Coachman's analysis here. Well, why doesn't he do this all the time? That was his analysis, bro.
He's like a Dragon Ball character. He only transforms when he absolutely has to either get the job done quickly or it's a stronger opponent, bro. That's literally what he is.
So, we're going to talk about something with Dragon's Balls, but you had a point to connect it to this show, but I forgot already.
I don't remember what it was, and who cares? Oh, yeah, I was saying that Dragon Ball, unlike the main event of this show, Dragon Ball always delivers on its main event matches. Every arc's big main event always ends good, no matter... Well, there was one that didn't, but no matter what, they all end good, bro.
I do know that I don't know if it was the season finale or what. Like I said, I watched it, and that was a good... I don't like how they bring people back, but I guess that's their gimmick. Like, I don't like that shit. But
the purpose of... go ahead, sorry.
Well, the matchup itself was really good. I really, really liked that matchup.
Yeah, and the purpose of that match was you take your top, like Ricky Morton would say, take your top babyface, take your top heel from the past. You have them team up against a greater threat who's threatening the sanctity of their universe, and it worked, bro. It always works. That gimmick always works. It works in wrestling and it works in anime too.
Yeah, and
it worked in Rocky 3, which we'll talk about. Me and Double G will talk about that.
And 4 and 5.
I don't know about 4 and 5, bro, but I don't know about that. Well, let's include Terry Funk in there.
So Mason the Line Dixon, didn't he punch out some kid recently?
He got in a fight with his stepson.
I think I heard something about that. He got locked up, right?
He got in a fight with his stepson, man.
Like Ric Flair did with Charlotte Flair's like third husband, even though she's under 30. remember that they got into a fight, bro.
Wait, is that the story where Flair gigged?
No, he didn't. I don't know where you read that, but he didn't. Did he gig?
That was Hardway, bro.
That might have been with the wife. That might have been with one of the wives.
Wendy Barlow, bro?
No, not her. And did you hear that Flair's gonna have a celebration of, what is it called? He's not getting married because
that was very alpha of Flair, bro. So check this out. This is the ultimate.
He learned his lesson after 5 times.
So
brother, you couldn't learn your lesson the first 2 times.
So this is the ultimate con job. He's gonna marry Fifi the maid, but not really. They're just gonna have a party. That's really what it comes down to. He's not gonna make it official, but he's gonna give her dream wedding or whatever. So that's pretty cool of him, and he ain't gonna lose no cash either in the process. So that's good for him.
Lost cash, bro.
Okay, but did you see the other part of that story, which is Conrad, your boy Conrad, is marrying Flair's other daughter, and they're
not David.
The big one, bro.
Yeah, the older one.
Yeah, and the big one in age, we mean.
In age, yes, in age, not in size, bro. Because we know David Flair's the biggest daughter he's got.
Well, he's got the biggest tits. We know that for a fact.
The smallest one's not around anymore, so.
Shit, come on.
Bro. So, anyways, what are you gonna say, WG, about Megan?
But Rick and Fifi are having this little celebration, and Conrad and Megan are actually supposed to have a wedding. So Rick kind of steals the spotlight again.
Well, no. I know what he did, bro. He used Conrad being a mark because he's probably gonna leech off the entire like the bill's gonna be the same bill. Like, you know, it's gonna be the one big wedding that's gonna also include Ric Flair's celebration. So Ric Flair ain't gonna pay shit. That's very smart of him.
No, but can you imagine Flair's daughter, like how she feels about that?
Well,
I mean, she's just happy. She's probably happy to be marrying freaking Conrad, bro. You know,
you know what? They should just get married at Starrcast.
That'll be cool. Vince Russo won't be there.
Get married at one of those Las Vegas buffet tables, bro. You might as well get it done there.
So are they gonna book Brother Love to be the preacher, bro?
I really hope so.
They should.
I would.
Now they gotta book him, and they gotta book Dr. Tom to be one of the one of the heavenly bodies there.
The cool part about Bruce, bro, is that as big as he's got, and you should do this gimmick, D, with your fan base. He still calls every single mark that buys a shirt from him to this day.
He calls him on the phone.
Yes, he does. You know that? You didn't know that? Yeah, if you buy a shirt from him, he will call you on the phone and thank you. Seriously, every person who does it. I don't have people's phone numbers though, so I can't do that.
And he has a conversation with you, and if you don't pick up, he'll leave you a personalized message as Brother Love.
That's kind of cool.
I'm telling you, bro, you've been so brainwashed by Dave that you forget that this guy's pretty cool, Bruce. You know, he doesn't always tell the truth, but I mean, who does really?
No, that all that means is that I'm not buying a Bruce shirt. That's all that means.
Well, wait a minute, why not, bro?
Why not? I figured it'd be a great chance. You buy the shirt, he calls you, and you call him on his bullshit when he calls you.
Nah.
Get the shirt I used to be over with your kids, bro, because they have new friends now in college.
That's right, bro. That'll work with them, bro.
I used to be over. That's the best shirt he has.
By the way, just an update on Big D, what he can do while he records a podcast. The voice of Vegeta, did I pronounce that right?
Vegeta, bro.
Vegeta, the voice. The voice of Vegeta just followed Big D.
I like
on Twitter.
how much offense he took to that, bro. You could see the tone of his, like, this motherfucker is Vegeta.
Come on, Draven calls him Garganus. I can call him Vegeta.
Wait a minute, Garganus was my original idea, and I got that from Dave Laganus.
Oh, okay.
And also, Vegeta means vagina, right? Right, D?
No, that does not mean that.
the voice of vagina.
Didn't you tell me a long time ago that all his names are puns and shit like?
Yes, they are, but it's not a pun on vagina, even though it does apply sometimes.
So, anyways, this guy put that he booked them for the convention while he's doing the show. Is that what you're gonna tell me?
No, he just got followed on Twitter.
I got followed by one of the Vegeta. There's like 4 guys, and I got followed by one of them. Yeah.
Bro, these guys are like the fucking luchadors. There's about 4 or 5 different ones running around with the same name.
That's right, bro. That's right. There's about 15 parks right now, but only one of them is Alpha.
Okay, I'm gonna put D over right now. So obviously we talked about it. Draven talked about D's following on Twitter and his big fan base. The only thing I ask is when D puts this show on World of Geekdom, all he has to do for me is just do 1 retweet. Because I get like 45 likes on the post when I get D to retweet. So that's our only agreement. This is going to go on World of Geekdom and the Fight Game Podcast. All D has to do is just do 1 retweet. He doesn't have to say anything. He just has to retweet it.
Even that's like pulling teeth sometimes with me.
It is. I've got to remind him like 3 times.
Yeah, there was that one time where you reminded me about 6 times, and I was asleep all day when you were sending me those messages. Yes.
Now it usually takes just 1 reminder and you're good.
Well, I want to put this up tonight, bro. So yeah.
All right. So does that mean we're going to be done soon or what?
I think we covered the whole show already.
Yeah, I'm looking through the Bludgeon Brothers. Do you care about that with the toy mallets?
All right, hold on. Let me bring that match up right now because there was a storyline there with the New Day that they never brought up. They almost sent Xavier to the hospital about 6 months ago, and they completely forgot about that storyline. But
what about Xavier doing that Randy Savage elbow to the floor and like almost not making it? That was ridiculous.
Yeah, that was he also hit hard too.
We've seen Xavier do other better moves in private, bro. That were supposed to be private.
Yeah, but he's usually sitting. He's not.
Oh, he is, bro. He's sitting and Alberto's standing, bro.
Let's just put it this way: we saw toy mallets tonight. I didn't see a toy mallet during his video, bro. This is a real mallet. Unfortunately, take your pick.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah.
Wait, okay.
Do you want to discuss Strowman squashing Owens? Is that?
I mean, we kind of talked about it in the Lesnar thing.
Hey, D, some of the marks on the KLB still bring up the purple gimmick, bro. That's what they call it.
That's the purple gimmick.
The little purple gimmick.
The little purple in the ass.
Baby, I'm waiting for you.
Oh yeah, baby. Yeah.
You're a dick, bro.
Why am I a dick?
I'm gonna come to terms with that. We're going to hell, bro. We're gonna be with rock and roll Suha, bro.
Oh,
remember,
Jesus.
bro, remember, they had the tape. They were passing the boys were passing the tape around in the back, bro.
That's what Dave said, bro.
She lost her. Somebody stole her cell phone, bro. And somehow wound up on a VHS tape. That's what Ricky told him happened, bro.
So that's the reason why I could never hate Dave Meltzer fully, bro. Because
I love that, man. What we're talking about.
Because of that shit like that,
bro. I told him about that. I told him that it pops you guys every time he says tape.
Well, we've taken that. I mean, was he a mark for us, bro? Because there's one person out there who is from the future who thinks that we know more than him. Well, maybe someday, maybe in the future, bro, maybe we will know more than him, bro.
That's impossible.
No, hey, look. Like Kylo Ren said, bro, by the grace of your training, I will not be seduced, bro.
You know why I respect Dave, bro? When unfortunately it takes somebody dying for this to happen. So every time somebody dies, whether it's Nikolai or Brickhouse Brown or whatever.
Chavo Guerrero.
No, like Bryan would say, Dave, tell us a little bit something about Brickhouse Brown.
And he'll go into a 25-minute thing.
And Dave goes into this trance, bro. And he'll just start talking, like completely unrehearsed. And it's like, you gotta love him for that, bro. There's nobody like that. He goes through the guy's entire career pretty much. And then he'll go even more in depth in The Observer when he looked up the research. I feel bad about all the shit that he's gone through because what he was trying to say on that podcast with Bryan is that the business is very cosmetic and that it's not fair that Peyton Royce should not have had to do that. And people misinterpreted that shit completely. And it actually was pissing me off. Like it was like 2, 3, 4 in the morning. I was reading those tweets and getting pissed because people were disrespecting the man's credibility. And I don't like that because I deal with that shit from trolls too. But there was a lot more people attacking him. And they're such fucking stupid marks because they're sitting there disrespecting that guy when they have a fucking clue about him at all. And they're sitting there saying that he's a sexist when nobody was jacking off All Japan women in the 90s more than he was, bro. And I'm being real right now. Like, that actually pissed me off because Dave has talked about how great women wrestling has been since before these fucking nerds, these virgins were fucking born, bro. And he's going to sit there and, like, for real, he went to Wrestle Maxi Pad, which was like 13 hours. That's right. Oh, he did. He was there, yeah.
He did.
It's like, yeah, he's the first guy to put over All Japan women. And he was the guy who said that there's women wrestlers in that company at the time who were better than anybody in All Japan, New Japan, except Kobashi, of course, better than almost anybody in the world. And he was right. And he talked about how Manami Toyota is probably one of the best workers ever, regardless of her sex. And Aja Kong and Lioness Asuka and all them, right? So I think it's bullshit that it's not so much they're coming down there for what he said. It's people that don't know him who are talking shit. I don't know him personally, and but it's not fair. I follow his body of work enough to know that he's not a sexist.
No, well, that's what upset me was the fact that, you had those people that didn't even, it was that whole out of context thing. And what he was, it's like when we come on this show and we say, oh, Sami Zayn woke up and he broke his arm, pushes over. The reason we say that is because that's how Vince McMahon is. Whenever you get hurt, he completely stops your push. That's a fact. We have, there's a history of that. Well, he was trying to put it in the perspective of Vince. Like, if Vince sees that this girl's a little heavier than usual or whatever, or she's not cosmetically attractive, that's gonna affect her push. That's just the reality.
Not just that, but we have an example of this. Jillian Hall was a great worker in developmental back in 2004. Jillian Hall was a great fucking worker. She gets called up to the main roster, gets these breast implants where her titties are fucking gigantic, and she loses her. She was never the same. She was never the same. Go back and find OVW tapes of Jillian Hall, bro. She was really good.
And the thing is that when people started, because then people started like the Dave Marks, they start bringing up the Saudi Arabia thing, right? And then all of a sudden, like Tyler Breeze and these fucking assholes, they stayed quiet because it's like, what are you gonna say? I mean, your own company's doing it, and worse. and yet you can't say shit, but you're gonna get on this guy. That's what bothered me.
It hurt me that MVP. See, it's one thing if people were saying like, "Oh, Peyton Royce, you're beautiful," that's fine. But then you got people like MVP who we respect as an alpha talking about, "Oh, don't listen to those dirt sheet writers and this and that." And it's like, bro, a lot of times those dirt sheet writers are the reasons why you have a job, dog. I don't know. It bugged me, bro. It really did bug me. And I like MVP a lot.
Yeah, and Dave and Fit Finley, and it was like, oh fuck. Like the people that I respect going on Dave, I was like, that's too bad, because I really like these guys.
Yeah, and again, I'm not defending Dave because we all say dumb stuff once in a while, but it's the people that didn't know him who were like, "Oh, he's not credible. Why does people still listen to this guy?" It's just like, come on, bro. Like you're just being disrespectful to somebody who you don't even know.
Well, unfortunately, let me say this, WG. Yeah, unfortunately, and this is a bystander of where we're at, like podcasts like Eric Bischoff and Bruce, and they have a lot of credibility now with certain fan base, and so and I've gotten on rants on this before. It worries me that the narrative is gonna get twisted, because even on our own KLB fan page, there's a lot of people that don't really know Dave, but they're huge fans of Bischoff, of Bruce or whatever. So they're starting to get that narrative that's kind of skewed, and so now it's like, when you get these kind of stories getting twisted, you're kind of confirming that screwed up narrative already, So it's like, okay, well, he is like that. See, and that's the thing that concerns me, because you really can't fight that, And that's the thing that worries me. And I talked about this maybe about 6-7 months ago, because I started to know, especially these younger fans, that really barely started watching, maybe in the last 5-6 years, their entire podcasting listening has to do with the guys that don't even like Dave, so they're getting this skewed perspective, and they're taking it as fact, Yeah,
not a forced perspective, because nobody gets that. A skewed perspective.
All right, bro, that's another barrier right there, by the way. Anyways, let's keep on going.
I heard that the Insidious Chapter 4 review's coming out next year, bro.
You're out there, and it's gonna get 4 stars or 5 stars, or like the X-Men movie did.
But you're a dick. No, 7 stars. If you watch it in the Japanese Dome Theater, it's 7 stars.
Fuck that movie. No, Apocalypse. Fuck Apocalypse, bro.
Apocalypse I hate those. The one that's not yet.
So, anyways, WG, where are we at here? We're almost done here, because
we've talked about every match. What else is there to talk about?
You have the notes, bro. The Elias segment. Who cares? I don't know.
What was that even?
I thought that was a shoot, but then Dave said on the F4W that it was a work. So I thought that was a shoot though, because he legitimately got pissed and then walked off.
Didn't you expect Lashley to come out?
They're going to reveal that Lashley broke it ahead of time. Is that what it is?
I guess.
Yeah, that's dumb, bro. I think I don't. And the fact that Lashley wasn't even on this show, bro. Oh, annoying, dude.
Well, I think it was just a victim of too many matches, and you couldn't. But
no Asuka as well.
So that is the bystander of just the combined brand pay-per-views. That's what we're gonna get. We're gonna get a lot of guys not booked, a lot of over. But
they did shorten this show. I thought this show was gonna be like 6 hours, and they cut it down a lot. The squash matches made it quicker, so that is one thing I noticed.
No, the show was 6 hours. It was like 6 hours and 10 minutes or something.
No, I'm not talking about the pre-show.
He's doing the Dave thing, bro, which annoys the shit out of me, bro.
Yeah, I don't count.
Nobody counts the fucking pre-show except one person.
I don't watch
fucking Campbell, California.
I don't watch the pre-show either, but I thought that's what D was talking about, was that the show was 6 hours.
No, the show was 4 hours exactly.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I thought it was gonna be 5.5 because I'm pretty sure last year's SummerSlam was 4.5 hours. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they ended right at like 2 minutes past the hour. I thought. Tonight.
Yeah, because I was already driving home and it was like 11:07 or something.
But the thing is, so another thing that's gonna be concerning is that are they gonna book like 3-4 squash matches per show now? And that's gonna affect the guys, because they're all gonna, you can't have stars getting squashed at every show.
We saw 3 on this show, and I think that was a little too much. But I mean, I know why they did it, and the guys who they squashed. I mean, Kevin Owens shouldn't have got squashed. Corbin, who cares? Alexa had to. I don't know, bro. And what happened to this company, bro, used to have really great main events. That's what they would always have. Like, even above WCW, they always had great main events. And we're not even getting that anymore, man. Like, what happened to the great main events, bro? Even a couple years ago, we saw it.
I think because of Lesnar. Lesnar kind of threw everything off. And Lesnar...
Well, he's gone now, so give us some good matches.
I don't know if he's gone. He may not be gone, but...
Well, no, that's the talk that he hasn't signed a deal with UFC yet, and he is going to USADA testing pool. So what are they going to do? They're going to do, let me guess, they're doing Brock and Strowman Hell in a Cell next month? Is that what they're doing?
I don't know what they're doing. I'm just saying that I think Lesnar is he's using everything for leverage, and it's going to be about, who wants to pay him the most money. And if you look at TV deals, who's got the most money? It's not Dana White.
No, but what about that Jew Ari? What's his name, bro? The guy who owns UFC?
Ari Gold.
It's not Ari. Is it really? It's not Ari Gold, bro. Come on.
No, that's the character that's based on him. Ari Emanuel.
Ari Emanuel. Yeah, he's got money. I wish it was Art Davey, bro. But
he just got put into the UFC Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
he deserves it too, bro. Same thing with Campbell McLaurin.
I don't think he's in it though. They put all the originals except for Campbell McLaurin. I don't think he's in it yet.
Is Bob Myrowitz in there, bro?
Yeah, he is. When is Dave Meltzer gonna be put in there? He was one of the first ones too.
In the UFC Hall of Fame. And he was a judge.
Yeah, it was a judge. No, believe me, I reading those old observers. He was like their flag bearer for the very first show.
And don't forget Mark Carano, Gina's dad.
You know the reason why he covered UFC, bro? Is one name, Ken Wayne Shamrock. That's why. Because he followed Ken Wayne Shamrock from Japan and from the South Carolina Independence where the Nasty Boys fucked them up, and so that was the reason why he followed UFC, and that's why he after that other more wrestlers from Japan started coming over, and it became kind of like a wrestler thing too. So, but if it wasn't for that, I don't think he would have started following it. Eventually, he would have though.
Yeah. I think so too, especially Pride. But anyways, that's all I got for you.
That was way later.
So I guess the question that I have for you guys is, what do you think they're gonna do with Roman and the title and Strowman? Like, what's their next move?
Well, didn't you tell us it was gonna be Kevin Owens? That's what you said.
Well, I think that's who he's booked with. That might be house shows. That could be Hell in a Cell.
Okay.
But what does it mean? What does it mean for Strowman? Obviously, there's something with Strowman, right? Like
Brock will be on Raw. Brock's gonna be on Raw tonight. That's interesting.
Yes, he is scheduled for Raw.
I mean, technically, is he not supposed to get a rematch clause? I mean,
why didn't Brock ever wrestle on Raw?
I don't know. I have no idea. But I mean, he by the laws of wrestling, he should have a rematch clause. I mean, he had the belt for a year and a half.
Even Ronda has wrestled on Raw, not Brock. It would be fucking awesome if Brock regains the belt tomorrow, bro, or tonight.
Do you really think it'll be awesome?
That's a WCW move, bro, right there.
No, like, that was the shit that was going on during the 97 Heart Foundation angle, too. Remember fucking Bret won the title at Final Four, and then he dropped it to Big Sid the following night, bro.
That's right, bro.
I don't know shit.
I don't know shit.
I miss Big Sid, bro, just for his wackiness.
Speaking of Dave, remember when WCW rehired Sid in 99? He wrote that scathing article in The Observer about that? With Arn and all that. He was mad when they rehired him, bro. 2000. It was 2000. No, it was 99. It was 99. Summer of 99. Yeah.
So, I don't know. They don't have any good heels right now on the Raw side. They have, They could do
Strowman and Roman again and just have Roman get booed.
So you don't expect Strowman to all of a sudden be the champion by tomorrow night?
It's very possible they could end. Is tomorrow night going to be in Brooklyn also?
Yeah.
It's very possible.
They do the 4-day gimmick and all these fucking big shows now.
Okay.
Wait, SmackDown's going to be in Brooklyn too?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Usually they'll go to like the Meadowlands, but that doesn't exist anymore. So the
Meadowlands. So the Ecuadorian is probably doing 4 straight shots, bro.
He always does, bro. And let me tell you, he's gonna have to take about 8 shots of liquor after that show last night, bro.
Him and Joe Moya always hook it up and go together.
Okay, yeah, so are you really saying that because of the main event, that's a thumb down show? SummerSlam is a thumbs down show?
I don't think it's a thumbs down. It's a thumbs in the middle. But the main event was really, really bad, and it hurt the title, in my opinion.
Right. By the way, right now I'm seeing Daniel Bryan versus The Miz, and The Miz just blew a bulldog spot. He fucking went down before.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. He was a little sloppy in the beginning.
And then when Daniel Bryan kicks him in a comeback later on, he drops like a fucking sack of potatoes, bro, and looked awkward. He just kind of dropped.
I like the match though.
But Dwayne, nobody's wackier in the ring than Dwayne, bro. When Dwayne wrestles, he looks as clunky as fuck, but he's Dwayne, so he'll get away with it.
John Cena from like 04 to like 06.
Yeah, you wonder why these guys don't break their ankles every time they wrestle, bro, because they're so clunky in the ring.
You know, there's the first SummerSlam in 15 years that Cena was not on.
That's a great freaking trivia note. I didn't even pick up on that.
Do you know?
Bro, I saw that trailer for
Halloween.
Bumblebee?
Oh, come on, you guys are getting off. Don't make me mark out right now. You're just talking about movies. No. I saw the trailer for the new season of Total Divas, and then Nikki Bella she starts hitting she grabs the bat.
Yeah, I thought that Cena's car. Yeah.
No. That's the car that he gave her for a present one time, and then she's like, to a broken heart, and then she just starts breaking the windows, bro. They got me with that one.
She's also hitting on a guy who's supposedly younger than her too in that show.
Yeah, and then she's like,
I'm starting to think the whole thing's a work now, bro.
What do you mean?
Like the whole hookup and everything is a work. The marriage, all that shit's a work.
No, well, they never got married. He was a smart guy.
But I'm saying, I think that the whole story of them breaking up and all that just sounds like it's
okay. Let's call it. Let's call it. Who is gonna be Cena's first Hollywood girlfriend?
Ray from the Star Wars stuff. He'll break that fucking poor woman in half. He's so tiny. Denny Louie will get mad at that one, by the way.
Oh, Denny Louie he's gonna freak out over that, bro.
So Ray would go. Daisy Riddler would go from Johnny Depp to John Cena. Is that a downgrade or an upgrade?
That's a downgrade, if you ask me, bro. It's a huge downgrade. I'm sorry.
Because Johnny Depp ain't looking so good these days, brother. He looks like he's got AIDS, baby.
Brother, that's Edward Scissorhands, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. That's Captain Jack Sparrow.
He looks very anorexic, though. He looks like the AIDS, baby, came for him.
They got a disease. They call it AIDS, baby. I
was going to say earlier, though, you guys were talking about all these spears. Don't tell Dr. D to give you spears, because he'll give you the other kind.
Oh, God.
Hey, that's from Dr. D. David Scholes. That's not from me, all right? And I'm raising my hands up in the air, claiming innocence now.
You didn't even read his book.
No, it's not out yet. It's pre-ordered, and I got.
Oh, but that's going to be a good read, though.
Yeah, but not for $24, bro.
How many chapters is John Stossel?
Probably 2 or 3, but I think here's the thing: if the book is written like how he talks in real life, it'll be the best wrestling book ever. I'm worried it's gonna be homogenized though.
I gotta knock her plumb down. Remember, WG, he was the only guy that was born standing up. He said it, and I believe him.
What a great man, bro. I ain't scared to hit a woman. I ain't scared to knock a woman plumb down, right down on the ground.
Did he get like locked out of wrestling? Like what? Where was his...
Bro, he went to all the leagues, baby. NWA, AWA.
What was his like
they
last?
All kicked me out.
When's the last time? Like, what was his last match?
It was like 85, 86. No, but then this guy's alpha. He didn't need the business, bro. He became a bounty hunter.
I know, but I feel like he got blackballed.
He did get blackballed.
Yeah, because he slapped the shit out of John Stossel.
Yeah, I mean, he burned his bridge with Vern. He burned his bridge with Jerry Jarrett, bro. Probably the payday wasn't good either in Evansville, Indiana.
Evansville, bro.
And then WWF. I mean, of course he was gone, bro.
Remember, the boys hated to go to Evansville because those envelopes were very light. That's why they hated to go to Evansville.
That was the
big payday.
Were they as light as Ed Laredo's envelopes?
Oh, I knew you were
I knew it, bro. I fucking knew it.
You telegraphed that like Becky Lynch's turn.
So, anyways, Dr. D's the man. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. He's our mascot on this show. And hopefully he didn't get caught up in this whole fucking social media PC bullshit.
No, otherwise he'd be on Twitter right now, bro. Don't forget Ricky on Twitter, bro. Ricky's the best on Twitter. Boy, that's a great backward flip, but can you work a headlock? These kids are good kids, but they don't know how to work.
I said them put the male porn on their Facebooks again, bro. That's fucked up.
Nobilia, bro.
All the old geezers got hacked with fucking male porn, bro, on their Facebook. Because whoever
Red Bastien, bro, they got him too, bro.
Red Bastien, fucking Big Daddy Dink, all of them, bro. But the thing was that whoever did that to them, and I guess it was Nabilia, right? I mean, they knew.
We don't know for sure.
This is the punchline, bro. They knew that getting the old timers was gonna fuck them up because they wouldn't know how to take it off. That was the punchline of getting the male porn, and they also knew how old school they are to keep it PC here. So they knew that the male porn was really gonna bother them more than the female and male porn, you know. So they got a double whammy there.
So then the old timers would call up their younger friends. Hey, I got this crap on my computer. What do I do? And then one of them probably just turned the monitor off, bro, and just fucking went to bed.
You know that them being old schoolers, they couldn't call each other because they would start saying, "What do you mean you got male porn? What does that mean?" You know, so the red flags would have started coming out. But
I bet one of them was like, "Male porn? Is that illegal?" I guarantee you one of them said that, bro.
It was probably Red Bastine. Well, Dave said had a big manhood, bro, on his bio.
that was the gimmick. Was the big manhood.
Yeah, you didn't read that one. Remember that Red Bastine used to go be
I feel like that's in every other obituary.
The big
man.
Man.
That's every guy from those days, bro. You had to back in those days. If you got dick, you got dick. Show it.
Anyways, we're pretty much done here.
I think
we better
we're
end
done.
the show before we offend another freaking subsection of PC culture.
We were good. We were good today. We were good. I think so.
Yeah, you didn't call Nia Jax fat, so as long as that's going on, we're good.
I would never do that to that lady. She's sweet, attractive.
Do you see
she's got
Luke? Did you see Luke Gallows' tweet?
What did he say?
See.
Hold on. You have to give me a couple seconds here.
He didn't say that he's looking forward to going to the Rising Sun, is he? Because he didn't get booked tonight.
No, Luke Gallows said, "Not to be weird, but with a strong heart, I have to report I'm dating Nia Jax." Is he married?
Wait a minute! What the fuck?
Wait, is this breaking news?
I don't know. It's on Twitter.
And the fact that he has to start out by saying "not to be weird" is already a red flag, bro. You never want to say that.
Wait a minute! He's not putting her over with that statement, dude.
No, he's not. He's actually kind of burying her and himself, bro. So wait, did he watch the main event and the way that was booked and say that's a good idea? Is bury everything? I mean, why would you say that?
I don't know. I was just asking you guys if you saw it.
Well, no, now we know.
No, I don't follow jabronis on Twitter, bro. So
I didn't follow him either, but
he only follows the 10 Vegetas running around, bro. That's all he follows.
Right, bro. But I have to for work.
And his last tweet is just a photo of Nia Jax. That's all it is.
So he sprung on her, bro. Well, hey, it's all...
Maybe she has a certain set of skills, bro, like Liam Neeson in Taken.
Is he not married? Like he doesn't he's single.
Liam Neeson?
No, Luke Gallows. I thought he was married.
Brother, you saw what Chris Jericho put. You know these wrestlers.
This is the wrestling business, bro.
This is the wrestling business. They live in another reality, bro. It doesn't matter if they're married or not. This is what I don't get. So, John Cena. So for the longest time, he said that he was faithful to his first wife, right, his high school sweetheart.
Yeah.
But then it comes out that he had a vasectomy because he was gonna be on the road and he wanted to have a good time. That's what he said. So what is it like? I mean,
we know the stories about him and the let's just call them the BBW makeup ladies in WWE. So I mean, we know that's not true.
You mean the slump busters? That's what you mean.
I like how we always rub off on Double G, bro. As much as he tries to fight it, we rub off on.
That's right, bro.
But the thing is, because how did that come about? But yeah, he said he has a vasectomy, so he can't have kids because he wanted to have fun on the road. But
that was after the wife. That had to be after the first wife.
No, because remember they got divorced in 2012.
Yeah, and then he went right to Nikki Bella. So this was before. But I'm trying to remember the origin of this story because I don't know if I guess because they couldn't have kids and Nikki wants kids or whatever. So he tied up the little soldiers, bro, like Jerry Lawler did.
Yeah, so she can't have a kid. Maybe that's why they're not gonna get married then.
Well, she's running out of time herself, bro. She ain't no spring chicken.
Well, we're gonna find out on Total Divas episode season 8 or whatever season we're on right now, bro.
Yeah, they worked me because now I want to see that episode when she breaks up that SUV that he gave her.
Be careful though. I hope it's not like the Jersey Shore clickbait where they make you think that Mike and Ronnie are gonna have a big fight and it was like a bullshit fucking fight. But you gotta be careful with that clickbait, bro.
Double G, did you go through the fucking Jersey Shore thing?
Of course he did, bro. This is Double G. He's the only guy who still watches the VMAs every year.
Except I'm gonna miss
for like 2 weeks.
Except no, it's tomorrow, and I'm gonna miss it.
Wait a minute, on a Monday?
It's tomorrow.
So you're gonna miss Brock Lesnar's last Monday Night Raw in like a year, probably. Oh, for the Video Music Awards,
No,
bro.
I'm gonna miss the VMAs.
With Kendrick Lamar.
You know what I for some reason it came to my mind earlier when I was watching the show and Terry Crews was doing the intro. Remember for WrestleMania the one in Santa Clara, how excited Double G was because he thought that Al Cool J was gonna give us a mini concert. like this guy was so excited. You know, he was naming all the hits that he was gonna sing. And then all he did was the intro, boy. He never even came out on the ring or nothing.
That was bullshit.
I was so disappointed. So disappointed.
Yeah, he should have. He should have done the concert, bro.
That was worse.
Disappointed in Steve Borden, bro. That's who really let me down on that show.
He was never the same in our eyes after that.
No. And then what about the fact that Seth Rollins hit that move on Dolph Ziggler, bro? The Sting Killer. That's the move that retires Sting. He did it tonight.
Yeah, but he was very, very careful. He dropped them. He was very careful with the way he dropped Dolph Ziggler.
Well, too bad.
And by the way, yes, I watched the Jersey Shore Vacation, and they're actually coming back next Friday.
Yeah, bro, they're doing a reunion episode.
No, it's season 2 of the Jersey Shore Vacation.
Okay. I thought that hasn't come back yet. Okay, I didn't know it already came back.
But the thing about that is that Big D was like knee deep into that fucking show. Like he was doing podcast on that, and
I was doing weekly episode reviews because the Jersey Shore was like wrestling, bro.
It's fantastic.
Even for a time there. It was.
They brought it back like I don't know, it was like 7 years later, and it's great.
It's still good.
It's still really good.
Because they're all old now. They're all like in their 30s and 40s, I'm guessing.
Yeah, the situation is like kind of fat. Like
that's great, yo. I'm actually gonna check that out now.
It's really good. You're gonna get a kick out of it.
I'm gonna watch it, bro, because they had some funny. See, Draven would like that show, bro. Even though it's not up his alley, he would like some of the jokes on that show because they're very KLB like, bro. Like one of my favorite lines is when he says, "Nothing like a herpy to ruin a party." That's my favorite line in the whole show, bro. Because this girl showed up with a herpy. She had a big ass wart on her lip. He goes, "Nothing like a herpy to ruin a party." I love that line, bro.
I just remember that everybody was fucking each other during that. Like they would all fuck each other. That's the problem. You know,
the real world was like that too, though.
All right. Well, I never watched any of those shows.
Yeah. Well, most of them are garbage.
So let's get out of here already, man.
All right. So let's get out of here. I should say my disclaimer again because I'm never getting on Wrestling Observer Radio ever again after this show.
Yes, you are, bro. Dave's not gonna let. Is Dave a mark for us, bro? Is that what you're telling us right now, bro? I think he's a mark for us, dog.
That would be the greatest thing that ever happened to me.
No, the greatest thing that ever happened to you is if Ricky and Robert listen and agree with everything we said. That would be the greatest thing that ever happened. That and Dr. D, bro. I heard y'all show, and I agree with every damn thing you said. I'm a plumb good listener. Whatever.
I just hope no one listens and reports back to Big Dave or to Bryan.
Now they are gonna do it, bro. Now they are gonna do it because you said that they're gonna do it. So cut this part out.
No, I just hope they don't.
No.
Okay. Do you guys want to put anything over? You guys want to plug anything? I'm
cool.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the Geekdom 101 podcast, but everybody should know about it by now. They're on World of Geekdom. Geekdom101.libsyn.com.
So what are your plans for the next few episodes of that?
I got Manly Movies Volume 1, and we're doing a Ant-Man and Wasp 2 in-depth analysis and a preview of the future of the MCU, because we're not going to have a new MCU movie until March.
Did you like that movie? Did you like the Ant-Man movie?
Wait a minute. Ant-Man and the Wasp 2? You mean Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Ant-Man 2, the Wasp. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Ant-Man.
Oh, because I thought you were going to do like a preview of the next one, which
no. No, we're talking about Ant-Man and Wasp, and then we're talking about Miss Marvel's the next one. Yeah,
I like that movie a lot.
I love that movie.
Did you like
I loved
it?
I adored that movie. I adored that fucking movie.
I liked the first Ant-Man a lot. I didn't like the second one as much.
No, I like them both, but the second one I think was a perfect mix of comedy and heart, and it was really creative and funny. I love that film, bro.
And also, with the Russo brothers, I had to get my cat out. He was singing on my computer. The Russo brothers, they said it right. This is the real sequel to the Avengers 4. It wasn't really the Avengers 3, and they were completely right. Because the thing is that in Ant-Man and
backwards. This is the sequel to Avengers 3, not Avengers 4. That's what you're trying to say.
No, because the Russo brothers were saying that Ant-Man and the Wasp is more of a sequel to Avengers 4 than Avengers 3 is to Avengers 4. See what I'm saying? And they're completely right, because they set up the time travel elements. Everything that's going to be important in Avengers 4 is completely set up in Ant-Man and
That's what you're talking about. Yeah, you're correct. Yeah. Time travel, the quantum realm. Yeah.
So they were saying that when you see these back in chronological order, it's not that the Avengers 3 is a sequel to Avengers 4. It's Ant-Man and the Wasp is the real sequel.
Well, you mean prequel to a prelude.
That's right.
Came out first.
Yeah. So and one thing that bothers them too is that people think that the Avengers 3 was left at a cliffhanger. There's no cliffhanger in that movie, bro. That's a complete movie. It's just that the hero won. That's it.
Yep.
You know,
but it was a cliffhanger because the story's not over yet.
No, because it's not over because there's another one coming.
That's right.
But it is a complete story because the story that's going to happen in Avengers 4 is more connected to Ant-Man and the Wasp, and it's going to pretty much bring the characters again. Now, because I listened to that commentary. The Blu-ray just came out, and they were saying, had we finished that movie with the snap, that would have been a cliffhanger. But we didn't. We gave you an actual prologue after the snap to complete the movie as a whole, and Thanos wins at the end, and that's it. That movie's over. Even if we don't make a part 4, that movie in itself is a complete movie, because you have to deal with the fact that the heroes died, but it's still a complete movie from beginning to end. There's no really a sequel needed. Now we're gonna get one, but it's not really. It's an actual complete movie, and they get upset because all these marks say it's a cliffhanger. You only see it as a cliffhanger because there's another one coming. That's it. So, anyways, that's the kind of shit that would be good conversation points. And yeah, the Ant-Man and the Wasp does bring up a lot of the shit that's going to be very, very, very important for Avengers 4.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. All that's true.
Pretty much the actual like the hero's journey actually gets established in that speech with Larry Fishburne in when he's teaching that college class. That's like a very, very important scene to take you into the next movie.
But you also got to remember that Larry Fishburne is going to be in Captain Marvel, so they're going to give him more backstory in that movie too. He's going to be playing the younger version of Bill Foster.
So how are they going to do that? Because he's fat, bro.
They're going to have his son do it like they did in this movie. Remember they had the flashback and it was his son doing it with the CGI face.
That's right.
Yeah, he's looking like Larry Fishburne from 187 or whatever, bro.
So is Michael Douglas also gonna be in Captain Marvel? I think he is, right?
I don't think so, but he's definitely in Avengers 4. He's in the cast list anyway. So is Michelle Pfeiffer. So that should tell you something.
Yeah. Well, they're all gonna be there. Supposedly that's gonna, because they've already said that they're gonna have that one scene where they're all together. Every single fucking hero in the MCU is gonna be together at one point.
Yep.
So anyway, so that's cool. So you got that coming up. All right. Well, that's pretty cool.
That's it. Yeah.
And then one more question. What are some of the films that you're gonna talk about the manly films?
I don't know if I want to give it away yet, bro. But let's just say it's movies you and I have talked about. The the Schwarzenegger. We did about 10-minute promo on Cobra, bro.
That's a great movie. That has a great that has a great heel, bro. With the fucking
we talked about Cobra. We talked about Carpenter. I mean,
Like, did you have to go back and watch all these films?
No. This is an introductory episode. It's like more so like these are movies. We're basically going to be recommending these movies to the kids, and then we're going to go back and go more in depth later.
All right.
Like watch this, and then we'll all go back later.
You talk about Tombstone, right?
Yes, absolutely. We didn't go in depth though. We're saving that for later.
But when you book I want to book myself on that one.
No, you already are booked on it, but we're gonna also talk about Pulp. Remember that 5-part Pulp Fiction series that I talked about 2 years ago? We gotta do that as well.
And also, Aquaman has the potential. I'm not saying it is. Just from the cast list, it has the potential to be a very alpha film, bro.
Well, it's gonna be beta if he ends up beating Michael Patrick. What's his name now?
Patrick Wilson.
Patrick Wilson with one spear, bro. Even if it's the ocean spear, that's not good enough for me.
All right, man. So that's pretty much it. That's cool. All right. Well, I'm out of here.
No. We gotta plug you. Even you.
Don't plug me.
No, you got 3 episodes of Draven's Drive-In.
That plug. Oh, that plug. Okay, I thought you were gonna say literal.
Alternative lifestyle.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. As far as me, I got the Draven's Drive-Ins right there. History of Wrestling. Frank A. Gotch. Also, I'm gonna start a new podcast. Actually, record that on this Friday. We're probably gonna be talking about SummerSlam and shit. So I'm gonna start a new wrestling podcast, just to keep my shit out there, you know. And so that's pretty much it. But that one's we're gonna do the introduction this Friday. And I don't know if we're gonna do old episodes or like. I really don't want, you know me, bro. I really don't want to do fucking analysis on new shit, bro. That's not who I am. But we'll see what happens.
Well, do you know yet if you have? Are you gonna? Do you have to be PC? Like, what's the story with the new podcast?
I am who I am, bro. That's some of it is gimmick, some of it is not. So I'm just gonna be me, and that's it.
All right.
So it depends if I have chemistry with these guys. If I don't, A, I'm gonna quit, and B, I'm gonna just maybe quit as well, because if I'm not gonna do something I don't like, but I'm gonna give it a chance. We gotta give things a chance. You know, we can't sit there and not take opportunities when they come. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, one more question for both of you, being that this is the question that comes up on the group all the time,
and it comes up on every stream I do.
Everything
it's very
that
frequent.
you do.
Yeah.
You guys are both doing audio. Are you gonna bring back the KLB? I mean, I don't know how often people want to hear it, but
I'm gonna quote Vince McMahon from Survivor Series '97. I don't know.
Yeah, but you've used that joke before, bro.
I know I have.
Here's all I'm gonna say.
The only thing that's for sure about KLB is nothing's for sure.
Here's what I'll say from my end. All right, I'm ready to go. That's it. That's all I'll say from my end. But hey, it takes 2 to tango. But I'm ready to go.
Let's just say I might be ready to go in about 2 to 6 weeks, if you know what I'm saying. We'll keep that between us.
All right.
Well, I don't know if
I'm waiting for something special to come in the mail. They get to get approved. That's all.
Yeah. I don't know if we broke any news here or not, but since we mostly did this show for the people who are fans of you guys, I really appreciate you guys hanging out. I think they'll be, they'll get this show, and maybe in a couple weeks they'll be satisfied, and then they'll start asking you guys again. But more credit to both of you for still doing what you guys love doing. Big D with the 2 YouTube channels, Draven with this new podcast channel, D with your podcast channel. I mean, we're all just fucking around and having fun, right? Like, that's kind of...
Are you tipsy, bro?
Am I tipsy?
Yeah, because you sound like you're kind of slurring a little bit there.
You know what I feel? I feel like we're one of them old rap groups, and then we all kind of disbanded and we did our own thing, and then we're gonna get back together. We're like the Wu-Tang, bro. We disband.
Well, we're like a Tribe Called Quest, except I hope Phife Dawg doesn't die.
Wait. Or who's back together is Method Man and Redman.
Yeah, there you go.
Who cares about them, bro? Come on, give me somebody who matters, bro. I heard Eric B and Rakim are gonna tour again, and then there's no tour dates.
I saw them like 4 months ago.
Oh, so they did tour. Man, that's fucked up. I missed it. Jay-Z and Beyonce were down here like yesterday, but I didn't go to that. That's a bunch of garbage, anyways. Double G likes it though. If it was old Jay-Z, I would go.
I've never seen Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah, but you're a fan of Beyonce, aren't you?
Not really.
Okay, good. Then I was wrong. Me neither.
All right, but no. If I could just give you guys a little bit of props, I like seeing you guys doing this stuff. Like, I think it's really cool.
I have a lot of fun doing it, and so I mean, I'll do it. I'll do it till I'm 50 years old.
I mean, I want to do it as long as possible too. I wasn't sure if I was even going to be here tonight because I was not feeling well all day. But the anger of that ending, I had to get it out, bro. So, yeah, it's worth talking about.
All right, so I think we are 2 hours and 20 some odd minutes in. I think the folks who miss you guys will get their fix. Like I said, for a couple weeks, then they'll start bothering you again. But I appreciate you guys hanging out. It is late, but yeah, I think this Survivor Series show, whether it was good or bad, it was definitely newsworthy. So I hope everyone got their fix on our little post game show here. So for the K-Fabulous Lucha Brothers, Big D and Draven, I am Double G. We will see you when we see you. Peace out.